Yo, what up? It's Game. It's early in the morning. I'm about to go get my workout on. I'm looking rough as hell. But you know, I had to shout out to everybody at DRT. You know, digital radio tracking, man. Hey, I love y'all. Keep tracking them hits all around the world, all around the universe, man. Go to Mars and Pluto and track them motherfuckers, man. Sorry I'm looking rough. You know what I'm saying? It's quarantine vibes, man. DRT. Love y'all.
Considered the poster hip-hopper for the American Dream by Herb magazine, Brian Essence Collins was born in Honduras and adopted by a family in the United States. Raised in Northeast Ohio, Essence began his music career at the age of 11 and has since expanded worldwide. Essence established his company, Royal Air Entertainment, in 2008, which specializes in media, marketing, and distribution. With successful foreign tours, work on a critically acclaimed documentary, platinum plaques, over a dozen #1 Billboard achievements, multiple #1 digital radio tracker hits, and live video work for Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and more, Essence continues to help increase awareness and revenue for his clients. With a focus on Asia, Essence brought his artist Layla Capri to China for a headlining tour in September, where they performed, shot videos, and met with the Chinese government to expand their understanding of hip-hop. Essence also owns the Akron Aviators professional men's basketball team in Ohio. From media campaigns to international music marketing and distribution, Essence continues to work toward new goals and give back to his communities.
Yeah, this your boy Drummer Boy, aka D-Boy Fresh, man. Shout out to the digital radio tracking team, man. Y'all keep tracking them hits. Still can't believe it. We beneficial. Hey, yeah.
Shout out to my brother Mike with DRT. You know what it is. Joe Crack the Dawn.
Hey, man. 4 different packages in one day, man. Digital radio tracker, Kermit the Superstar Maker, Team ECMD. Man, it's going down, man. Fourth box. This is the 4th box. Hold on. This is the 4th box that I got in one day. One day though. This is one of the greatest days. So it's the digital radio tracker, Kermit the Superstar Maker, Team ECMD, Carson Looters, #1 plaque, digital radio tracker at digital radio tracker, Team ECMD, DJ Punch 317. All my supporters, I support y'all, man. I'm so grateful for all these plaques in one day. 4 boxes in one day. Team ECMD digital radio tracker. Yay!
DRT, what's cracking? It's your homeboy Ice Cube. You know what it is, the West Coast Warlord, the Grand Wizard. Man, I just want to say, what's up? Big shout out to everybody out there that's over at Digital Radio Tracker, keeping track of all these hits all around the world, man. It's DRT, baby. We know what it is, man. Everybody love what y'all doing. You know what I mean? Y'all keeping track of all this shit. You know what I'm saying? We need people like you to keep track of where our hits are being played. So, you know what I mean? DRT, man, ain't nothing like y'all, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Big shout out from your homeboy Ice Cube. Keeping it real all the way. Digital Radio Tracker. Hey, ain't nothing like it. Yeah. Double salute.
Are you a musician or someone that's involved in the music industry and looking for a simple way to track where songs are being played? DigitalRadioTracker.com is your global radio airplay monitoring solution. Digital Radio Tracker monitors over 5,000 radio stations throughout the US and around the world. Knowing where a song is being played will help you collect royalties, book shows, set up interviews, and increase your fan base. Sign up for free at DigitalRadioTracker.com.
Hey, yo, y'all.
Check this out. It's the legendary Smooth B, and you're listening to the award-winning ECMD Music and Entertainment Conference Call featuring Kermit the Superstar Maker, Lex Luger the Backwood Ambassador, Latino Fleet, DJ Brian Essence Collins, and NerveDJs, Chi Money, Chris Unruly, K to the D, and the award-winning DJ Punch. And we are broadcasting live worldwide on WRDR Regime Direct Radio with the Regime Squad DJs. Right.
Lex Luger, known as the Backwood Ambassador, is an industry legend who happens to be the founder of the Hood Ida Tour. Along with being a radio personality syndicated on multiple radio stations, he is also a TV personality on It's Lit TV, airing on Channel 18 in Jackson, along with airing worldwide via Roku on the Hype Network. He's also known as a marketing expert in the music industry for his vast knowledge and networking skills. He is one of the most influential tastemakers in the Southern region. His latest venture led him to create Hood Idol the magazine, which is distributed worldwide in hard copies and digital formats. He has been featured in various publications around the country. His awards include Mississippi's Industry MVP, Hottest Movement of the Year, the Triple Threat Award, Radio Personality of the Year, and Hustler of the Year, just to name a few. ECMD has also presented him with a RIAA certified gold record for his role in breaking major recording artists in his region. And he's also received multiple digital radio tracker plaques for his record-breaking skills and affiliations. With his ambition, drive, determination, and consistent hard work, Lex is destined to become a music industry icon. Kermit Henderson, aka the Superstar Maker, is an entertainment industry mogul and music distribution mastermind with over 45 years in the business. His brilliance and dedication to his craft is evident in his many honors, awards, and respect he received in the industry. He has received over 200 gold and platinum RIAA certified awards to his credits, and is affiliated with over 200 #1 chart records on the Billboard magazine sales chart. His family relocated from Meridian, Mississippi to Cleveland, Ohio when young Kermit was in grade school. During Kermit's teenage years, he was first introduced to music business as a DJ and would eventually go on to own his first record store. Kermit has promoted, managed, and worked with countless recording artists, including Ready for the World, Heavy D, and is most noted for helping mentor and develop hip-hop superstars Bone Thugs and Harmony, which went on to sell 30+ million records worldwide. Kermit began a successful retail relationship with Def Jam Records in the mid-'80s and also promoted and distributed records that were on the Death Row label. He is an advocate for believing in yourself, following your dreams, and working hard to get wherever you want to be.
Where I know you from is, one of my favorite groups of all time, Bone Thugs and Harmony. You started out with, well, they started out with you rather. Kind of explain a little bit about how that went down.
Basically what happened, this young man I was already working with named K Chill, K-CHILL, was, I was already working with him. He called Lazy Bone his cousin, and he introduced me to Lazy Bone at a talent show, which was a benefit for my deceased brother. It was a charitable event I had at Shaw High School Gymnasium, and we had auditions for it, and Lazy Bone auditioned. His audition was very average, but since that was K Chill's boy, we put him in anyway. He did the show, did a decent job. We started working together. I worked with Lazy Bone first as a solo artist. A lot of people don't realize that. Solo artist first, and then the group came along and I started working with them. But at some point, they all basically worked at my store. Flesh and Bone was the only guy that he was not in the group at the time. It was the other four, being Lazy, Busy, Crazy, and Wish. And we just all got along fine. They had the ups and downs in their own personal life at the time, and I helped put them in the right direction and in the right way.
All right, welcome everybody. And glad to see everybody here. And I'm gonna start off with what I decided to do, since we had a lovely comedian coming on tonight. I know they say comedian, I guess, for everybody nowadays, but I love the comedian. I figured I would do her a favor and throw her an opening act on. So what I'm gonna do is I got my longtime friend, the rap median, they call him the rap median, Cool TLC, from my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. What's up, Cool TLC?
What's up? What's up, people? What's good with it? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you almost fade knocking the speakers out like bass.
Oh, my fault. My fault, man. You know what I'm saying.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, TLC, about your background, what you've been doing when you started in the game, your rap career, your comedian career, all the things we dealt with over the years.
That's funny. You know, I go way back for crack Cadillacs and 8-tracks. You know, I started way back. I'm gonna just say I started back when I was like 12 for real, and just rapping with, you know, Rappers Delight and all that stuff. And I just decided, I think when I turned like 14, I decided to say I want to be famous. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be famous. So, you know, I was already rapping and saying little party raps and stuff like that. And one of my friends, his name Raymond Kenner, he used to sit me in front of my house, and we used to play. Every time I rap, if I mess up, he would punch me every time. He'd be like, rap about this ant carrying this leaf, and I had to rap about it. Rap about that light, I had to rap about it. And every time I mess up, you know, he had punched me. So I was like, man, I'm gonna stop getting punched. And I just went and just practiced and made sure that I wasn't gonna get punched no more. Then after that, you know, going to school, being in the lunchroom, beating on tables, beatboxing, rapping, making stupid songs about stupid songs, you know, where people started laughing and funny. But I wasn't a comedian. I didn't even think about being a comedian. I was straight up a rapper. That's what I wanted to be. And it was funny, Kermit, that you even said that about the Shaw Talent Show. If you remember back in the day, I did your talent show. I still got a trophy from it where I came in second place. And that's when Bone Enterprise was in it, and they came in first. This was probably the second time you worked with them again. And after that, you know, I just went on through the city, through my hood, you know, doing the rap thing. And then I jumped into comedy. When comedy came up, of course, this was back in the day when what's his name? Bebe Kids and all that used to come to Cleveland. It was a comedian named Kenny Adams used to bring them to Cleveland. There was a lot of comedians came before a lot of people knew who they were. And it was a comedian named Rob Allen. And I used to go to their shows and rap about the crowd and talk about the crowd after the comedians get through. But I was getting more laughs than the comedians was. And they was like, man, how this dude gonna come in rapping, getting more about, you know, about that. So he told me one day, he said, man, I want you to go on stage and don't do no raps. Just do straight jokes. Now, I ain't no jokester. I was like, man, I ain't no jokester. I don't do no jokes. I rap. And he was like, no, do jokes. So he gave me my first 15 minutes. First 15 minutes, oh, I rocked. I thought I was the man. People was laughing and everything. Of course, during the years, as you keep on going, you meet your first boo and all that. I got booed on stage and stuff. And it gave me back to reality. You got to really hone this craft. So I honed my craft, learn what I needed to learn, listen to some people that, you know, Mike Jones, Rob Allen, Joe Wiley. These are the people I knew that was doing it. Then I went to Detroit and was doing shows like that. And eventually I started going and doing shows all over. I went around the world. I went to Germany, Italy, Spain, France. I just been around the world, you know, with my crew, Rob Allen and the rest of our crew. And we went around the world, and, you know, the rest is like jumped into, you know, being a host of radio shows, doing radio hosting, and it all goes in cahoots with my comedy along with my rapping. And that's why I named myself Rap Median Cool TLC, rapper / comedian. Cool TLC stands for I'm cool, but you take it like it comes. TLC stands for you take it like it comes. Any way I serve it, you got to take it, but I'm cool. Remember that. And, you know, that's my history. And, you know, and I rocked out until, you know, I've been rocking ever since then. And then, you know, I had a tragedy happen to me in 2013. I went blind, totally. My eyesight was gone because of diabetes and glaucoma. I've been had it for 20 years, didn't take care of it, didn't think nothing of it. Most people just had the sugars, so that's what they think it is. And I didn't take care of it, took the best of me, took my eyesight, but it didn't stop my vision. My vision is to still do what I've been doing, and I'm doing it with the grace of God behind me. I'm still doing what I do, not to make a story long, but that's what I got. And that's what I, keep myself focused on, that no matter what, comedy don't have nothing to do with sight all the time. It's just how you feel and what you can get across. And that's what I do now.
All right. I thought I was going to get a chance to take a nap, but I guess not.
Oh, for real? Was it like that? I'm sorry. I mean, I was sure you told me to tell the story. Y'all told the documentary before y'all started. Okay.
Hey, that's right. But then again, who's the sponsors?
Okay.
But, anyway, yeah. Rap median. But tell them what you're doing right now as far as in your life right now. We heard your history. You and I go way back, man, and we had some great times and all that good stuff. But what are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm actually doing a independent artist, home of an independent artist show. It's called the World Famous Meltdown Show. I'm still writing. I'm in the process of putting a movie together. Me and a couple of people are writing a script for a movie now. Hopefully I'll be starring in it too. But the World Famous Meltdown Show is what I do on WRDR. You can catch me at 7 o'clock right here, on WRDR, doing my thing, independent artists and different guests and stuff like that. I promote, artists, R&B, hip hop, rock, reggae, anything you name, house. I promote it as long as it's hot. And that's what I keep on doing. I keep on doing it till the wheels fall off.
I hear you. I hear that. Yeah. Okay, so I just basically want you to come on and warm it up. So say some old stupid joke so I can move to our guests.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to send a shout out to all the people that can't use their side pieces no more. That's stuck in the house, you know what I'm saying, because of the coronavirus, and you can't go see your girl no more. You know the fellas, you know who you are. You know how you say I'm going to Walmart, but you really ain't going to Walmart. And all the ladies that be like, I gotta run to the store right quick to see your dime piece, but ain't no more dime pieces because Corona got you locked down. So it's only FaceTime dime pieces. You know who you is.
Yeah, I was thinking that you would just, tell us something, but I see that you decided to direct that at me personally. So,
why I gotta be personal? Why I gotta be personal though?
I'm gonna just take that one on the chin and keep moving.
Why? That's you? Okay, all right. Don't expose you. I ain't mean to say.
Okay. Well, hey, since you went there and you've been knowing me a long time, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not proud of this, but almost most of my adult life, I've always had two women in my life, and they always knew about each other. I mean, I wasn't no kind of playboy, nothing like that. I thought it was normal, and that's the kind of thing that happened when you, at young, you start doing big things and people start coming around you. I'm not saying that they were groupies or nothing like that. I'm just talking from the standpoint of, in a small town, you have to remember, I come from East Cleveland, Ohio. At one point, it was the poorest city. It was the second poorest city in the whole United States behind East St. Louis, Illinois. And, and today, as we speak right now on this Zoom conference call, that's also on Facebook Live, it's the poorest city in the state of Ohio. So, you and I, people that are either from there or have done a lot of things there, have a lot to, we accomplished a lot to get out of there. I was just telling somebody the other day, if I woke up and didn't hear ambulances and police sirens or gunfire, I would think I was already in heaven. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to my co-host, the international guy. You saw his video earlier with the lady talking in France or in French or whatever she was talking in. And that's Brian Essence Collins from Royal Air Entertainment. He's also the owner of the Akron Aviators basketball team. Brian Essence Collins from the country of Honduras. And I'm putting myself on mute.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Kermit, and appreciate you, Rap Media and Cool TLC. We appreciate everybody joining us on the bi-weekly ECMD Entertainment Experience. We have some great guests tonight and really excited to get everything started.
What are you waiting on, sir?
Looks like everybody is still muted.
Okay, I think your first guest for you is there. She's unmuted.
Okay, there we go. Ms. Vanjane, wow. Vanjane, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes.
Thank you. I didn't know we were allowed to unmute ourselves. I didn't want to jump in and like talk over anybody. Everybody's got their nice, cool backgrounds. You can see my ring light here. I don't know how to do that. How do you guys do that? That's some high tech. Are we allowed to cuss? I got to make sure I don't say anything.
Oh yeah, please.
Oh, we can cuss. Oh, okay, that's some high tech shit right there. Y'all got some high tech shit going on. I don't know how to do that. You gotta teach me.
We all edit everything beforehand, so it looks. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's why there's 2 weeks in between the calls, so we can
I see. Am I allowed to drink on the show too? I got wine.
Yeah, I'll join you. You're not alone.
Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So if you could tell us a little bit about where you're from and how is it that you got started in comedy?
Oh my God. First of all, thank you for inviting me. This is great. Cool TLC was great. I loved his story. That was fabulous. I'm from Washington, D.C. originally. I'm in Los Angeles right now. Chocolate City. Like Cool TLC, I actually started off as a rapper.
Okay.
I would say way back in like, I formed various little rap groups. So I would say maybe 10 when I first started, little dare to keep your kids off drugs type of thing. You know, we did those kind of shows.
Did it work?
No. So that kind of stuff was really cute. But then my best friend who was in the rap group with me, she passed away actually, a fire in her home.
Oh,
so
my.
and that was much, I think that by that time we were 23, I kind of given up rapping and I definitely stopped touching it after that. And actually never did it again until recently. You know, I just thought it'd be fun to make a rap about coronavirus and it turned out that a lot of people liked it. So I made another funny rap about my cats and they like that too. So I've started entering that into my comedy, but I actually started in comedy about 10 years ago when I moved out to LA. I started out of I was an actor and doing comedy acting. And sometimes you just want to write your own material. Sometimes you just want to say your own stuff. And that's how it got for me. I'm like, okay, I can deliver these lines, but what if the lines came from me? You know, I remembered my rapping and all of that. And I thought there's something I want to say. I was also very deep into the poetry scene in DC. I don't know if that was happening. You know, where were you from? Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Ohio.
Oh, were they doing the poetry scene there? That was like late 90s. Early 2000s.
Not to my knowledge, but when I lived in St. Louis for a little while, and it was going there when I was there.
Yeah, it was deep in DC for a while. You can go to a poetry spot like every night, and so I just kind of turned the rap into poetry, and then that which was always comedy poetry, and then turned that poetry into, you know what, it's going to be me, and I'm just going to be up there alone, sing my lines, no cadence, no rhyming, just what I need to say. And I think I find the funniest thing in the dichotomy that I live, right? I'm from Washington, DC, grew up in a bad neighborhood, right? On the other side of the tracks, you know, like you guys were saying earlier, if I didn't hear gunshots or ambulance or somebody wasn't trying to take my money on the street, I wouldn't think I was home. It's like, what's up? Nobody. I remember I was driving one time and a guy pulls out a gun and just starts shooting it right in front of my car. And I remember not thinking anything about it. Like, that's when you know you're deep in that life. That's when you know you're deep into that neighborhood. I was like, oh, okay. And then just kept moving. And when I think about that now, I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on?
It's like an inconvenience. Like, hey, hurry up, man. I got somewhere to be.
Right. Shoot your gun. I gotta go. So, and now I kind of, you know, I also have a life as a marketing director in real estate, and I do these professional sort of comedic MC jobs and facilitating retreats for these high level. And it's just funny how I live those two lives, and I try to interject that into my comedy. And that's where I find the comedy in being a fish out of water all the time, almost everywhere. Fish out of water when I go back home to my neighborhood, fish out of water when I'm at work and not quite fitting in anywhere. And I think that's where a lot of comedians find that, you know, as fodder for them.
Right. Yeah. I was wondering where you got your inspiration from, because I'd seen your uncool black friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that bit.
Right. You know, how does someone who grew up that way in those neighborhoods deep with my people, and then at the same time, I'm still awkward in it. You know, I'm still an awkward person. And I think all of us go through that in a certain extent. And so if I just touch on it, then someone can say, yeah, I kind of feel like that in this other situation. And so
are there topics as a comedian that you feel, at least for your sets, are taboo, or things that you like, I don't talk about this topic?
I'm like, I guess I say anything out of my mouth. I don't know yet. I like the toe the line. I like to get out there. I don't know if you, the weirder, the better, the creepier, the better. I'm going to push it until people are just totally like, come on. You just, all right. So I don't know if I found that yet. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm figuring it out still. But no. I'm like, what? Like, what would you think is like a taboo? Like, I mean, it's very hard in comedy right now, right? Because everybody is so, oh, you can't say that, which I find so tiring. Like comedy is satire. Shut the F up. You know, like we're here to look at those hard things and open that box and kind of look in. And because it's so hard to look in, we're going to deal with it in comedy. And that's how we heal. So, I recently started talking about my religion in comedy, how I grew up. I never talked about that before because it was so hurtful to me. So I just started talking about that. And I think that the more you dive into those places, I don't know, you start to get some things that affect other people in a negative or positive way. It's a reaction though. And that's what you want.
Right. I felt that a lot of the comedians that I would watch when I'm growing up, like the topics that seemed the most personal or humiliating or embarrassing about, you know, marriages falling apart or their kids being idiots, like whatever it was, like the really deep things that you wouldn't think you would say on stage in front of 1,000 strangers were some of the best material.
Because we're all hiding, right? We're all hiding somewhere. And we go to these comedy shows and we're sitting in the dark and we're having a drink and you're hoping the guy doesn't look at you and say something to you, but we're all going there for some sort of release. And we need to laugh and we're all hurting or we're all weird and we're looking for somebody to kind of like talk about that. I think those are the best things. And the older I get in comedy, I mean, it's been 10 years, but comedy's that's a long journey. You know, the longer you're in it, the better you're getting. And because the more you don't give an F, right? And you just, so I think when you get to that point and you don't care, then that's the good stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
You touched on something earlier. I'd love if you could expound upon, you know, with this call, we also like to give back, you know, there are a lot of upcoming artists and entertainers on. And you mentioned something about some of the other ways that you're using your talent. You're not just like, well, I'm a comedian and I'm only doing stand-up on stage and nothing else. Like you're able to host these events and some corporate things. So could you talk a little about, you know, I guess expanding on your abilities and seeing other ways to monetize it?
Right. So like when I was in DC, and again, talk about being a fish out of water, someone who grew up in poverty and crack houses behind my house and that whole thing. And my first big job was at the World Bank Group, and we're talking people with PhDs, everyone's buttoned up. These are a bunch of economists, and they needed someone who was, you know, outgoing to host their panels with these big delegations from other countries. The issue was, these are all really buttoned up Harvard type people who were like not good at talking to people. They were good at this and good at reading, but they weren't good at talking to people. And they're like, bring in Vanya. Vanya's good at that talking. And so that's where I found, that's how I found that path. And so I started doing a lot of the panel discussions. And so I would, you know, make sure this person's called on, then we'll stop this guy and we'll do this, and sort of the traffic control, right? And then started to facilitate some retreats. That turned into award shows. I was hosting them. So I've hosted a couple of like corporate award shows. And now in LA, I host these award shows where I roast the top people, which is also pretty. So you've got these millionaires. And again, I'm sitting there with, I'm thinking, wow, from where I am to where I've come from to here, and I'm roasting you. And they love it. They're like, oh, nobody's ever talked to me like this. Really not some black girl. You know? So, I mean, so I think, I don't know. So so I get small money. Like comedians aren't making, at my level, still trying to get to that level where people know you. You're happy if you get free drinks sometimes. And I also host and produce a comedy show in LA called The Main Event. I did one called Rent Stew, and then The Main Event, and I produced a couple of Zoom shows, and we get huge attendance. We make money enough to pay all of our comedians. So that's how I'm trying to also give back in my way too. Make sure the comedians get paid. You know, there was a lot of times when I wasn't paid as a comedian. They're like, well, we give you some exposure. I make sure I'm not doing that to my comics. I'm making sure they're all getting paid. And if I make, you know, over some money that I don't need, I've covered all my expenses, I make sure they get a tip over top. So it's very hard what we do. It is curing cancer. It's making people laugh. And that means a lot. Entertainers are essential. And so, you know, that's
absolutely
for sure. That's how I look at it.
And I'm glad that you touched on that, because I was curious in, you know, these times, how do you transition, you know, if the comedy clubs aren't open, so you're able to produce Zoom shows and actually have a, you know, good attendance on these?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing Zoom shows, and we're getting as much as a small club. So I've had like 70 people show up.
Great.
More than that, we got great comedians. We got Shane coming out. We've got some other people from the Laugh Factory there. So I try to mix it in. Some people that have been on Def Comedy Jam, we're bringing those people in, and then I host it, and we have a good time. So awesome. Yeah, for sure. People, you know, you'd be surprised. You think, oh, Zoom shows. I mean, that's got to be boring. People are loving it. People are chomping at the bit to get to something, you know, to be able to do something. So,
and please talk to me a little more about you have a series on your Instagram, Comedian Condos with Cats.
Oh my comedy. God. Right. Okay. Well, that started because I broke up with my boyfriend, and I wanted him to see that I was looking hot and sexy. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm going to do a little thing, a little video, and I'm going to get dolled up, and I'm going to put the cats in it. That's where that started. But then it ended up being really funny. And I kept it going. Shoot, one of the views went over almost like 3,000 views. I was really just shocked. I was just having fun. Right. But yeah, it started off as just being fun. Everybody else is bored in their house, and I'm here with my cats, a cat lady. And yeah, I started making these it's just, and again, like I said, one of them turned into a rap video with the cat. So it's just so, it's fun.
And I noticed that some of them, they're short.
Yes.
You know, I know with IGTV, you could go a full, you know, 10, 50, what is it, 60 minutes now?
Go an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. But you've kept these short.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that on purpose. You know, Gen Z, their attention span you know, I also work in, like I said, marketing for real estate. And so I understand how that works. They don't have a long attention span anymore. Nobody's going to sit. And I mean, sometimes they'll watch a show like this for a while. Or they will listen to a Joe Rogan podcast or something like this for a 3-hour thing. But they don't watch these entertainment things for very long. Sometimes they'll see 2 minutes and they're like, 2 minutes, I can't do that. So I just made them seconds long so they can get a little snippet, you know, like how Quibi is going, right? Like, okay, a little show in like 30 minutes, get and you're out. So I thought that'd be a nice way to lure them in. And then if they like it, they can go to my YouTube and see more on there. You've done your research, Brian. Oh my God, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. Was I dressed? What happened? What was I doing? Oh.
So what are you currently working on now? Are there shows that you have coming up that you're, you know, whether it's Zoom shows or other things? What are you working on now?
Yeah, I just realized I don't have another show coming up. You know, I just realized, so I did a show last week and I've been having some back-to-back shows, but last week I think was the last show that I had sort of on the docket. So now it's time for me to get back and hustle and find something. Maybe I'll produce something. I was thinking about doing another cat video. And I just—
It's only right.
Yeah. And
I just plugged it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. That's exactly what I'll do. I'll do another cat thing. And then I just finished a Shakespeare play, actually. For Fringe Fest.
Okay.
So it was I played a sort of a thuggish kind of, I played Tybalt. I played a guy's part.
Nice.
Yeah. So Tybalt from Romeo and Juliet. It was the part that John Leguizamo did in the Baz Luhrmann version that came out in the 90s. So it was an honor to be able to play a part like that done by the great John Leguizamo. So pretty fun.
That's awesome. And Ms. Spanier, where can we find you on social media? How can we get a hold of you? Where can we find your material?
My God, this is great. Again, thank you so much for inviting me. My Instagram is Vanya Renee. That's VANJARENE. Facebook is the same thing. You can find me there on Facebook under the same thing. And that's pretty much, and I think on Twitter, I'm at Vanya Shows LA, but I'm barely there.
I've seen a lot. Everything seems to really be transitioning to more video or visual based. You know, Twitter has its, you know, its place.
Right.
Definitely. But I see a lot of artists or entertainers transitioning.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of comics, or like Twitter comics. They have their little one-liners they do on Twitter, but maybe I'll pay some attention to that, but I really don't have the time.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Welcome back anytime.
Thank you. Sorry, I hope I didn't talk too much.
Renee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you didn't talk too much. One thing I wanted to do was I didn't really get a chance. We're actually trying to get this conference call to the point where we can actually put it on TV or cable TV or something. So we definitely invite you back then. But what I had originally wanted to do is I wanted to show one of your videos, like from YouTube. That was, to introduce you. But we haven't got all of the kinks ironed out yet. But I was gonna have, like introduce you, show your video, introduce Jay Cope, show part of his video, things like that moving forward. So, But we appreciate you jumping on. Anybody that knows me obviously know how I found you. When I saw that pretty face, I couldn't help myself. So you end up in this call.
You're so silly.
Okay. But thanks again, and I'll be talking to you on social media.
Thank you, for sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome to stay on and check out Jay Cope's coming up. He's a hot R&B singer out here nowadays.
Ooh.
A hot, entertainer. All right.
I'm gonna put my info here.
Like I said, we got Jay Cope's coming up. Talented young man. I've seen this video, and I saw the one that's talking about it's a true story. So I'm interested in hearing about this true story. And also, while I'm talking, I have 2 songs for him. I have which one do I have? I have farewell and I have signs. So when you interview him or whatever, I need to know which one is the current record he's pushing, and whichever one is the current, I play that second, I play the other one first. And also we got DJ Butter Rock coming up. He's gonna send me a different record than we had before, so we don't have to all be embarrassed by his record. So I don't think he sent it to me. If it not, Butter Rock needs to send it to me now. So I have it. Okay.
Can we get the cut after hour?
No, that's not gonna happen tonight. We're gonna get off here. We're gonna try to get off here before 11 o'clock and move on. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute and let the international man, Brian Essence Collins from the country Honduras, the man that's been to the award show in Brazil and been to MIDEM in France and sat on panels in Canada and LA and here and there and did shows overseas and all this other stuff and whatever. But and instead of him having his 4 times platinum Drake plaque behind him, he got some stupid skyline behind him. But who knows? You know, let me see. In fact, while I'm on here, let me just see what's going on here. Okay, I got Big Nino sitting up there with the 100 million Rihanna behind him. If he keep hiding that one of our most proud plaques is that Cash Out Cashing Out from 2012, because we actually distributed that record before he got his deal with Epic Records, and he keep hiding that. I'm gonna beat him up about that. Dude, that was a big accomplishment we had. We distributed a record independently that got a deal through L.A. Reid, went gold in 2012, platinum in 2013. Man, that's a big feat we had, man. And our first big one was that Kaya record, My Next, My Back, on Thug Misses back in 2002. And that one went gold, almost platinum. We did 100,000 on that one independently before it got to Artemis Sony Red and ended up doing $500,000 there, and eventually did 650,000. And then they claim it's about 850 now, but who knows? It don't matter till it gets to platinum. But anyway, I just want to say some of that. Shout out to
like that, My Neck, My Back.
Yeah, My Neck, My Back. I'm gonna shout out to people.
That was a cold song.
Okay, I'm gonna shout out to people that are like Lex that have enough sense to put the awards behind them. And Lex has Felicia behind him. Felicia's on the call. Felicia D864. Follow her on Instagram. You know, I told her to put that capital D, but she's hard-headed, so they make it easier to read. Felicia, F-E-L-I-C-I-A-D as in dog, 864. Felicia D864. Follow her on Instagram. We was gonna play her video, but she decided that, you know, it wasn't important to get played tonight, so we didn't play it. Shout out to Lex Luger. They got the Felicia behind him. He got the Reverend C.L. Franklin. That was another miracle. Reverend C.L. Franklin has been dead for over 30 years. His music is 40 years old, but we got him to #1 in Billboard, thanks to people like Lex and everybody else on here that participate in those things. Big Nino played a big part as well. You know, maybe that's why he got the most plaques they had. Oh, I see my actress done put up her Kim's Medea's been All-Stars plaque and her ECMD award that she got from NerveDJs and ECMD back in the day and things like that. So yeah, okay, I'm starting to see stuff. Let me see if anybody else getting, oh, DJ Punch. How can I miss DJ Punch? 4 plaques in one day. The 4 boxes in one day, man. Okay, Punch, briefly tell us what you got behind you, because you got you're so far away from it, I can't see that. I see Eric Sean's big head. Oh, that's Alicia. I see the girl from the Jason the Reggae Stars. I see Carson Luders. I can't make one. I see Blue Dash. I can't make out that one in the middle at the top. It's the only one I can't make out.
The Carson Luders is at the studio. That's the real Nino at the top.
Okay, the real Nino. I forgot you just, congratulations on you getting the real Nino. I forgot about the real Nino. Shout out to him and his family. Okay, like I said, I just want to recognize people that got their, I see Chi Money, you know, I mean, rest in peace his mom. I see he got a picture of him and his mom as his background, but you know, he changes his background doing the call out anyway, so hopefully he'll change it to his recently received Smooth B #1 DRT plaque. Hopefully he had that behind him. Or any of the other stuff he got, like Felicia, he got a Felicia plaque. He never showed it, so maybe he doesn't like Felicia. I don't know. You know, we never know about these things. I see Sean Swift is not showing himself. He don't want nobody to know he got a Smooth B plaque. Speaking of that, I want to congratulate all of our team. We have 14 team members that qualified for plaques today. Actually, yesterday we finalized today 14 ECMD team members qualified for Warren G #1 DRT plaques. Warren G was #1 for 5 weeks, and we were part of the team that helped that out. Shout out to everybody that helped. And you know, your plaques, the plates are being made today, and the plaques will be shipping soon. So we're looking good out here. We already got over 35. It's probably 40 now, because I've been saying 35 for about 2 months. We got over 40 charted records on DRT and over 11 #1 records on DRT. Shout out to Digital Radio Tracker. They are our sponsors for the night. Get your free, sign up for free on Digital Radio Tracker, get your free profile, especially if you do anything in the entertainment business. It's digitalradiotracker.com. Also sign up on the ECMD website. Right now you can find it if you look it up under thesuperstarmaker.com. thesuperstarmaker.com. Free profile on there. Stay in touch with everybody. And with all this talking in this 5-minute commercial and everything, I'm gonna shut my mouth up and turn it over to Brian Essence Collins to interview the very talented Jay Copes, who also works with the same guy that manages Freddie Jackson, which we had a beautiful call with him a few years ago. He was on for 90 minutes. We called it A Night with Freddie Jackson. And you know, because I've been working with Freddie since 1985. Almost every project Freddie ever had, I helped work on it, myself and the ECMD team. So I'm put myself on mute. Go right ahead. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more thing I gotta do. Sorry about this, Fall. I gotta make y'all mad and do my usual. Let's see here. I gotta tell you all of the states that's on. I'm gonna say all the countries that chimed in. Okay, now, okay, so here we go. Okay, since we started in March 31st, these are the countries that follow our call. They either follow it, well, on Zoom, well, they're not on Zoom, obviously, you know, and the Zoom, we do Zoom strictly for VIP and our guests only. We want it to be a small number of people. We don't want people calling with these unknown numbers and I'm iPhone number 364 and I'm Samsung number 302. We don't want that. We want real people on here that's, you know, doing whatever. See, the one thing about Zoom is Zoom exposes your brand. You know what I'm saying? So if you have like 3 people on your call normally and you come on Zoom, you're gonna look pretty bad. So we don't want that, but just so you know, we are broadcasting live on Facebook Live right now, and we're also broadcasting on WRDRradio.com, and you also can get their app from the App Store, WRDR Radio. You can get the app and participate. And speaking of and this call is around the world. Here are the countries. The United States, hey, the United States is watching. Oh, well, that's right. People here is from the United States. Shout out to David, he up there in Canada. That's our second biggest thing. I guess ever since David been a team member, we get more Canadian people involved. So we got United States, Canada, Japan, Philippines. I got a bunch of girlfriends over there. Well, actually just one, but you know, who knows? Everybody knows I'm a playboy, but I'm just one, Anna. I'm sorry, I said I had more. United States, Canada, Japan, Philippines, Germany, France, Thailand, Russia, India, Spain, Australia, Italy, United Arab Emirates, Greece, Panama, United Kingdom, Brazil, Netherlands, New Zealand, Jamaica, Martinique, Dominican Republic, Hong Kong, Portugal, Singapore, South Africa, Albania. I don't think I said Honduras. I guess that's not as popular as I thought. I'm gonna have to find another host for this call. Go ahead, Essence. I'm on mute, and I'll tell you about the cities later. Maybe Disney will text them to me, and I'll tell you what cities are in the United States are watching us right now, either on Facebook or WRDR. We around the world, everybody. It's not no joke out here. We out here pushing this thing.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kermit, and shout out to everyone all over the world tuned in and listening. We appreciate it. Mr. Jay Copes, welcome to the ECMD Experience.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks for having me, guys. How you doing tonight?
Great, man. We really appreciate having you on. So if you can, just do a quick introduction of yourself and let us know a little bit about what you do.
Okay, can everybody hear me? You hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. This is my first time doing the Zoom call. What's up, everybody? I hope you know everybody's having a great day, guys. My name is Jay Copes. I'm an artist from Camden, New Jersey. I kind of got into music, you know. Sports was my first love. Went to, you know, Pensauken High School. Played football my whole life. Started off wrestling, then went to, you know, track and field and football. So I kind of did a little bit of everything in high school. Big sports guy. Then when I got to college, I had a full ride, you know, to play football at Delaware State University. The first year I was kind of there, I was like touring in between. You know, I was going to football practice, and I had just started, you know, finding my love and my passion for music. So I was going to practice, thinking about music, and not really focusing on what I really should have been, you know, at the time. So I wound up, you know, walking away from football, very, very scared, because like I said, I played sports my whole life. And once I found my passion and my love for music, I've just been rocking ever since. So I went to Delaware State. Once I left Delaware State, I came back to New Jersey, back to Camden. Still tried, you know, the school thing. I went to Camden County for a couple years. Still never got my degree. I was still putting music, you know, before class and stuff like that. But it's starting to work out. So yeah.
Great. And I'd love to, if you could expound on that a little more about when, like, was there a defining moment when you realized I need to walk away from sports? Like, did something happen, or was it just a gradual music taking over?
So, I'm glad you asked that. So while I was in school, I got kind of, you know, a scholarship, not just for sports, but kind of for like academics and stuff like that. So at the time, it was really hard, you know, with school and sports and being, you know, a freshman. I was coming off of a hiatus. Like, we had just won the state championship in 12th grade in high school. So, you know, going back into college, being that rookie kid who, you know, picked on, yo, get those bags and this and that, I just felt like, yo, I ain't got to deal with that. Like, I just won a state championship, you know. My love is shifting from this to this. So like, man, forget it. Like, I just went full force and just said, you know, I just want to chase my music. So it wasn't nothing like really, really defining and like pivotal that made me switch, other than just me falling kind of out of love with sports and more in love with music.
When did you know that you could sing?
It's great. I started off rapping. So I met these two guys from around my area when I kind of got back from college. So I just started, you know, dipping into music a little more, and they were rapping. So I started rapping, and I started, you know, getting an idea like, yo, I need to be a little different if I want this stuff to work. So, you know, it was trial and error, man. Just, I taught myself how to sing. I was raised though, like on Michael Jackson, Maxwell, Freddie Jackson, like, you know, the old time sake. Like, my parents, they come from that era where, you know, cleaning up on Sundays, we blast the music throughout the house, like Elder Bars, like all those, you know, older guys, R&B smooth guys, man. I was raised, you know, on that kind of music. So I knew it was somewhere, you know, in me. I just knew I had to work at it, you know, to kind of get it out of me. And I'm happy that I did now. So yeah, it's going really, really well.
Yeah, man. Was there pressure from family and friends when they found out, like, hey, I know I'm going to school because of football, and I'm not going to school for football anymore. I'm going to pursue music. Like,
yo, you know, it's crazy because I've always been a kid that you know, as long as my parents, you know, are on my team, then I'm okay. And I come from a huge family, and my parents, they didn't graduate college also, but the way that they supported, you know, my transition was unbelievable, and they're a big reason why I am, you know, where I am today. So shout out to my parents, man. If y'all see this, thanks for, you know, the support.
Was there pressure, you know, going to school if they didn't? Were you? I believe I read that you were the first in the family of your siblings to go. Was there a pressure, like, I gotta see this through and be the first? Or?
Yeah, man, and yes, it is a lot of pressure. I have 19 nieces and nephews.
Oh, wow.
I'm the baby. I'm the baby of 6 kids. So mind you, none of my older brothers or sisters really was blessed enough to kind of set the bar for me. So I was kind of, you know, the first one to go to college. And then me walking away from football, you know, my family, they looked at it like, oh, like, no, you're the first one, just get it done. You know, my brothers and sisters. But as long as my parents, you know, was on my side and agreed with me, I didn't listen to anyone else. Yeah.
Good. And I think that's important, man. And I'm glad that you've shared that. You know, I mentioned earlier, this is an educational call as well. So while we get to feature you, there are a lot of artists all over who are listening in and you know, learning from it, who I'm sure have that, you know, a similar story. So do you have any advice or things if someone's thinking of a transition like that and they want to pursue, like, how do you start that conversation with your family? Like,
man, it's scary, man. It's scary. It's a journey, you know, that you really got to have, you know, every single piece of faith in yourself that you know that you can possibly have. And me even, you know, taking that leap in that journey, I thought it was everything I was going to need, you know, to get where I'm going. And if you want it bad enough, like I said, that was just the first transition. I've been through many transitions, you know, that I still continue to go through, and I'm gonna continue to go through more, you know, on this path and on this journey that I'm on. But yeah, it definitely is an experience, though, for sure.
So what are some of your goals for music then? Like, did you have it planned out when you left? You're just like, I'll figure it out as I go along? And
Yo, kind of as I go along, just a lot of prayer, a lot of faith, and, you know, just hard work. I've always been somebody that, you know, lived in the studio. I eat, sleep, and breathe music. So that's really all I do. I work out, wake up in the morning, I work out, go to the studio, I listen to music, you know, do a little marketing. I do a little bit of it all. So music is my 24/7, 365.
And I just saw the video on your Instagram about a week ago, hitting the million mark.
Yes,
Can you talk to us a little about
oh
about
man,
what that is?
crazy experience. So I've been doing music, you know, since I got out of high school. Of course, you know, it's in this game, you gotta be willing to take at least a few years on the chin before you really understand what it is you're going for, what your brand needs to be, how you need to move, just you know, everything. So I feel like I've had that point where, you know, I've been through my learning years, my 4 to 5 learning years, and I'm just at that point where in my career, I made a song, and I ran into a guy named Gilly the Kid. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Gilly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gilly. Shout out to Gilly. I met Gilly after a celebrity basketball game in Camden, New Jersey, at the Croc Center. And meeting Gilly there, we kind of vibed throughout the game. And then after that, kind of got invited to, you know, the studio to kind of chill. And when I walked in, Gilly was kind of on his phone, looking at sports and stuff like that. Wasn't really paying me no attention. So I hooked my phone up, you know, to the audio speaker, the aux cord, and started playing my music. And like immediately, I would say a few seconds later, like his attention went from sports to, yo, whose song is this? You know what I'm saying? What's up? Like he wanted to, you know, figure out where I was at, you know, on Instagram and where my support and stuff like that. So what Gilly did was he actually made a video and let me, you know, his platform for a post. And overnight, man, I gained instantly like 7,000-8,000 followers from there.
Wow.
And that was almost a year ago from today. So from Gilly posting me, I've been going, you know, Instagram live every day, you know, content every day, making sure my YouTube is up, making sure. So just been, you know, day to day grinding, man, 365. I'm talking about like, I don't sleep no more. I take naps, like really like working right now. So
I feel like I remember, I have a few friends in Camden area, and I feel like I remember seeing something about the celebrity basketball game. Because I know I work at, you know, my basketball team is in the ABA, so I know the Camden Monarchs.
Okay, yes. It was with the Camden Monarch. It was at the Camden Monarch home court, and actually a few of them was there too. So Yeah, it was a nice little like community day, man. They gave out backpacks, all types of stuff. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, cool, man. Small world.
Yeah.
So tell us a little, what are you currently pushing right now?
Currently I feel like you know, the world is big. It's a lot of people out there that still never heard Signs. I'm almost a year in, and like you said, we just hit that million stream mark on Spotify, and now we're even at 1.1. So the song is not slowing down. So I really can't see myself really moving off of, you know, pushing Signs right now. We do have nine singles out currently. So like if you guys went to Apple Music, Spotify, anything, we do have 9 singles out that are doing very, very well. I can honestly say out of all of my songs, all my streams are in, you know, the 100,000 mark. Signs is at the million. So man, we're just gonna continue to build. You know, we got some projects coming up, some video. I just actually shot a video 2 days ago. I shoot another one tomorrow. So yeah, we're working, man. We working.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations on that, and you know, definitely want to go back and check out more of your catalog too, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
So where can we find J Copes online? How can we learn more about you? How can fans reach you?
Yes, guys. Everybody can follow me. You know, my biggest platform is Instagram. I'm on Instagram heavy at JAYCOPES_. That's Jcopes_. What I'll do, I'll type it down here in the chat too, just so you know everybody can see it visually for themselves. Okay, there we go. I left it down in the chat, and I follow everybody back too. So I definitely appreciate everybody, you know, in this live. And if you know I haven't had a chance, you know, to connect with you guys, you can hit me up through the DM, and we can talk that way too.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. And Kermit, do you have some songs ready?
Thank you.
Yes, as I said earlier, I had 2, and I was wondering, did you happen to find out which one was the current record and which one is the?
I'm sorry, Kermit. Yeah, Signs would be the record. Farewell is the record that we last released, but Signs is the record, you know, that the
Okay, well, I'm gonna play Farewell first, so we can get a little bit of what you're doing, and then I'll play Signs behind it. Play them back to back.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I gotta share my. You couldn't hear that, could you, guys? So I gotta share my screen. Share. Okay. Can you guys hear that?
I don't want to see you mad, just want to see you up.
Yes.
For a while, I thought I had you back, but it wasn't enough. No, I used to take it as you play me, and I was blind to everything you were saying. You wanted something solid, a foundation, and I admit at first the temptation left a nigga scar. And being in different places makes it so hard. The distance taught us patience. It's been a long time coming. Attitude is not what you wanted, and I commend you standing for something. Even when the pain is through, I'll be okay. I just wanna prove to you, just give me one day. Yeah, give me one day. Give me one day. Just give me one day. Baby, I just wanna say that what we had, girl, nobody could replace that. We was trapped in a space that was toxic, but in your bed we was hooked, couldn't stop it. I thought it was more than love. When I'm touching you, it's like my drug, and nobody can label us, cause don't know, I know what's up. I knew from the rip once we got together, you would be my chick, we would drip whatever. Diamonds always hit pointers in your bezel. You don't like to brag, but you can when you want. I'm a different type of man, bounce back from plans I fell from, I just keep going. We done been through some things, you know that I love you, but what is going on? Even when the pain pain is through, I'll be okay. I just wanna prove to you, just give me one day. Yeah, give me one day, give me one day, just give me one day. I don't wanna see you mad, just wanna see you up. For a while thought I had you back, but it wasn't enough. No, I used to take it as you play me, and I was blind to everything you were saying. You wanted something solid, a foundation, and I admit at first the temptation left a nigga scarred. And being in different places makes it so hard. The distance taught us patience. It's been a long time coming. Attitude is not what you wanted, and I commend you standing for something.
All right.
Yes,
That was
sir.
awesome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was
Farewell.
That was Farewell, and now we're gonna hear Signs. Yeah, that was amazing. I'm speechless.
That was dope.
J. Cope Signs.
Answer, yeah, I called and you ain't answer. Answer. God sent me a sign from the stars above. Had to decide if you was the one. Put your feelings aside, we can keep this low. Feeling your vibe on the regular. What you doing, what you up to? Wanna feel your vibe and let you know I trust you. You ain't Beyonce, was on the run too. I had to show and prove to you I'm a good dude. All of that designer, then I put you when you loved it. Stunning on your friends every time you out in public. Used to say you love me, guess you really got lucky. Next time I'm in your presence, we can talk, but you don't touch me. Yeah, it's hard for me to love, yeah, when you're young and coming up, yeah. Care about who you give your trust, cause it's hard to find love. Your last two halves out and put them before you. Me, you never had to question, I'm forever loyal. All them trips to the salon and the more you spoil. Girl, I really adore you, yeah, you really important. Glad your ex messed up. Was it trash, you my treasure? Walked away and now you glowed up. Girl, I know that you strong, that's you be on. Said you never need no niggas, that he calling my phone. Can't lie, when she gone, put me right in my zone. Try play me for some niggas, girl, I'm lit as they come. I've been running it all, I can show you what's up. East side girls where I reside. Had a couple male homies that don't wear the Swiss sides. We been here a long time, had to get a long grind. Got a bad look, since you love me long time, I've been in it. Of course, the plane in it. And I ain't leaving until I'm finished. I wanna know what it is, I'm willing. God sent me a sign from the stars above. Had to decide if you was the one. Put your feelings aside, we can keep this low. Feeling your vibe on the regular. God sent me a sign from the stars above. Had to decide if you was the one. Put your feelings aside, we can keep this low. Feeling your vibe on the regular. I'm feeling your vibe on the regular. God sent me a sign from the stars above. Had to realize who you was to me.
Wow. That was truly amazing. And but first I want to give a shout out to our host on the call that set this up. First of all, the magnificent Dizzy D with that crazy looking sign that makes you get hypnotized behind him. Dizzy D, as those that know his history, he's a co-founder of NerveDJs, originally based out of Cleveland, Ohio, now worldwide, and have thousands of DJs around the country. But he's now with the RegimeSquadDJs, and which we have here tonight representing Regime Squad is Dwight Jones, and my longtime friend, L Dog. We go way back. Our childhood. Is he old as me? Maybe so. I don't know. We go way back. Okay. Yeah, man, that was an amazing song. I'm not really commenting on it yet. I always say my comments for later. I'm just saying that I just want to make this comment. You know, we've been having this call since 2011. We've never canceled the call. We never postponed the call. This is the longest running conference call of its type that anywhere. You know, we also work with other people, but they've canceled their calls, or one of the calls they even went out, Black Tuesday, they didn't get on. Now, what I would have done, I understand Black Tuesday, but I would have gotten on and we would have talked about Black Tuesday, not just me saying, oh, okay, this is an off day. No, let's talk about why it exists and why it's important. So, anyway, like I said, 11 years, I'm gonna say we've been on here since 2011. And I don't recall somebody coming on here with 2 songs that we just played 2 songs of theirs. Like, obviously we'll play their current single, and then usually I ask people to send a second song. Normally I say, like, send, if you have a ballad, send a little bit of up-tempo or mid-tempo to kind of balance it out. But you're the first person I recall. Now, I do have a bad memory now, but you're the first person I recall that I played 2 songs that I would actually take those songs and put them on my personal list to play in the car while I'm driving. I actually love
No
those.
doubt.
Not trying to blow no smoke behind, because we've had some amazing multi-platinum artists on here and all of that stuff, and I can't say the same thing about them as I just said, as I gave you that compliment. So, but I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna go down to Columbus, Ohio, to the Big Ten Countdown, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And this Chief Money, Big Ten Countdown, Chief Money. Then we're gonna go to his partner, Chris Unruly, if he's on here. I do see him on here, but I don't know if he's alert or not today, because he does a lot of work. But Chief Money, what do you think about Jay Copes? In fact, what do you think about Bonja Renee? You didn't get a chance to say anything other than I know you probably was looking at her. Other than that, what do you think about her, and what do you think about Jay Copes? Unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Chief Money calling out of Columbus, Ohio. Big Ten Countdown, ECMD family, man. First off, I gotta give a shout out to Kermit the Superstar Maker, the quadruple OG, for putting everything together. As far as she go, I would like to say that it's dope. I think it's dope that she's actually the first comedian that I've seen admit that, most comedians is hurt. That's the gift that they have, is to make everyone laugh, but most of them be hurt in the inside. So I like the way that she channels her energy to alleviate pain of others, and to keep others smiling, to keep others laughing, man. That was real dope, man. But the songs, man, that first song was nice, man. A lot of artists say, or a lot of sports people say they want to transition to music, and they're not able to do it successfully. The first song was very nice. It sounded, you know what I'm saying? It was real dope. The second song, I like how you took something and you made it your own. Because I know the song, but what you did too was very, very, very special, man. So, man, big up to you, bro. And I wish you nothing but the greatest of success, man. Real talk. To Chief Money out of Columbus, Ohio. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that 100%, man. Thank you.
Well,
hey, man. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Can I say one more thing? One more thing to you, man. That was real dope. I forgot to say this, man. Is you your drive is unlike any other. It's unlike most people. So no matter what you do, I know you're gonna be successful, because you was able to live out 2 dreams. When most people don't even make it out to even live one. So, man, I know you're gonna do big things. I'm looking out for you. I'm about to follow you on IG, man. Big up to you, baby. Let's rock.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Okay, well, now that he mentioned about dreams, how great was it a dream to end up like you grew up? I heard you mention about you grew up liking different people. Freddie Jackson was one of them. And like I told you, I've been working with Freddie since 1985. I've done almost every project Freddie Jackson's had, even when he got off for Orpheus Records and stuff in Capitol, even the independent stuff. And it was just, matter of fact, I booked him in 2003, me and Big Nino, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was a big thing to help, promote him and get him back out here. Because I always work, like I said, work closely with I didn't work closely with him personally, but with the team to always promote him since 1985, man. So how was it for you to end up working with Freddie Jackson's manager?
It's amazing, man. And since then, Freddie has been a mentor to me, a big brother, kind of showing me, you know, the ins and the outs of you know, just being an artist. It's great, you know, to have somebody with that much experience, you know, really show me the ins and outs on the industry. And like I said, having my manager, you know, with the guidance from Freddie and then him together, I can't lose, man. I'm truly blessed. I'm in a very good position.
Okay, yeah, that's. You also mentioned about Camden, New Jersey, man. That has a special place in my heart. You might be too young to know, but it was a store there called Das 2 Drive-Through.
Oh
Called
yeah.
Das 2. You're too young for that, right?
Yeah. I'm a 90s baby, 1994. So yeah. I grew up.
Yeah, man, man, that guy was amazing. He was like, he had the first drive-through. He had one of the first drive-through record stores in the whole United States, man.
Wow,
you know, he
wow.
right there in Camden, New Jersey. I used to come there all the time. I used to love him. That he was an older guy too, and I remember I came there with some posters and stuff, and he got up on the showcase and putting posters on the wall to show me support. I was so scared this old man was gonna fall and break his neck. I was like, oh my God, I don't need that help. You know. Okay, let me move on. Let me go back on the. Let me go back. I done went to Cleveland. Now let me go on back down to Columbus, Ohio, from my home here in East Cleveland to Columbus, Ohio, to Chris Unruly, T-Money's partner in crime, at the Big Ten Countdown, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Chris Unruly, are you there, sir? Go ahead.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Chris Unruly. First off, shout out to everybody on the ECMD call. Quadruple G covers the superstar maker. Everybody out here tonight, appreciate y'all taking a moment. First, that story, the road that you took to get where you're at right now is pretty epic. I've dabbled a little bit in the school and things like myself, and sometimes just got to get out here and get on the grind. So I appreciate that. And as always, shout out to Essence because he does wonderful in the interviews, and it just kind of makes me think even deeper once he goes into things. I like both of the tracks. I think if it was my money and I was putting it up, I would probably say the second song is just phenomenally put together. The hook, everything, the whole package. Shout out to whoever produced it. It's just a real catchy vibe, a real smooth flow. Love both of them, but that one just kind of takes it above heads and shoulders, just for me personally, in terms of that and everything. And yeah, I appreciate you taking time on the call. And you know, if you got mentors like Freddie, you're on the right path. So just keep doing the damn thing.
Okay, well, I know Essence don't know much about American music, but let me just get his opinion before I go down to my hometown of Mississippi. Essence, what do you think about what you heard?
Man, I think you have a great voice. And especially after hearing that, you know, you're kind of self-taught as well, like didn't grow up with vocal lessons and things, and you've just been able to kind of learn how to utilize your voice. I think that's even more impressive. So
thank you.
You got a great sound, man.
Thank you.
All right, well, let me go down to my hometown, Jackson, Mississippi, to the Backwoods Ambassador, Lex Luger. They got that nice #1 Billboard CL Franklin behind him, and all of those digital radio tracker plaques, Lil Donald and Felicia, Kingsman Day has been All Stars, Miss Tiffany, and other stuff I don't even remember. He got behind it. And of course, he got that Warren G on the way soon. You happen to get that one coming to you soon?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to the whole team, man, and salute to everybody on. And definitely, you know, salute to you, OG. Thanks for everything, man. You know, I definitely like both records, man. You got two strong records. You know, as far as my opinion, though, with the first record, I kind of see that as being a radio song that I would probably go with if it was me to run with first for radio, to even build on and then take it over the top with probably the second song. But that's just, you know, my opinion. Both of them strong records. You got a good voice, but that first record, from how I'm just trained to listen to records, you know, for radio, that's the first thing that come to my ear is like, man, I could easily hear that in rotation and that, you know, is going to have an impact just when it even come on. It fits like what's going on right now. The second record I probably actually like better, but the first record fits, in my opinion, what's going on radio right now. And I keep stressing radio. You know, that part of it, if you put together a radio campaign, that's what I would probably run with. But great interview. And one thing I learned about with the music is that your story is really almost more important than the music. And you got a great story and you know how to articulate it. So salute to you and your movement and your team, man. And thanks for getting on the call.
Yeah, I appreciate that, big dog.
All right.
I followed you too.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you back.
Also, even though this guy here knows very little about R&B music, but he does have you know, several plaques that he posts on his wall. I don't know how he got them, probably broken somewhere and stolen from somewhere, but you know, he got some art. He even got gospel on the wall. I mean, that's almost unbelievable. This guy is a strong rap guy. But anyway, the award-winning DJ Punch in Indianapolis, Indiana. What did you think about these two beautiful songs you heard DJ Punch? Even though you don't know nothing about R&B, but go ahead.
Well, I got a new R&B station coming. For your matter of fact, it's your boy DJ Punch, Indianapolis ATL, and DJ Punch 317, Team ECMD, Mixaholics. It's going down, man. I'm rocking with it. I'm definitely rocking with both records. But to be honest with you, I don't know which one I like better yet. Because I listened to the calls on the speaker. So I'm actually hearing them pretty good. But I don't know which one I like better because I like both of them. So I really don't know which one I like better. But I'm going to definitely rock with both of them, like I said. I'm starting a new station, R&B station called Vibes 100 Radio. And I definitely want to get you a part of that. Be one of the first artists that we're going to push on there. So definitely reach out to me, DJ Plus 317. I'm going to get at you, man. Salute to you. And one question. As far as the football, because I got a little league team that I coach, 6 and 7-year-olds.
Okay.
What position did you play in football?
Man, I played tight end. I played linebacker. When I got into high school, when I first started, I played tight end, defensive end. When I got into high school, I kind of got a little slimmer. I wasn't that little short, fat kid no more. So they kind of moved me back to linebacker. I played a little bit of slot. So, you know, I was in the mix.
Definitely, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to them punch baby gators too out there. Salute to y'all. Salute to my team. So yeah, man, I got you, bro. Reach out to me and we gonna link, bro. Definitely. I'm gonna get an interview with you.
Hey, thank y'all, man. Thank you everybody for your feedback.
Hey, speaking of following people on Instagram, everybody can follow me. I'm the THE Superstar Maker. It's right on my profile, the ones that can see it. And you see Jay Cope's name, all you gotta do is put an underscore next to it. To follow him on Instagram is Jay Copes, JAYCOPS_. Follow him on Instagram right now. Those who's listening on the Zoom call, those who's listening on Facebook, and those who listening around the world from our gracious hosts, the Regime Squad DJs, who I'm going to next. DJ Dizzy D, then you can let us know, then you can pass the baton after you speak to whoever you see on here that needs to go next, then I'll go back around everybody else. We're looking good on time tonight.
Okay,
Dizzy,
great.
Okay.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, I'll talk about just the interview briefly. One thing that artists miss sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I notice they miss to highlight their accomplishments. And their accomplishments, by doing that whets the appetite for what they're going to listen to, or if you're like Vondra, a show you're going to watch. So you have to highlight the things that you have done and do it in such a way that it's appealing to draw the person to whatever you're presenting. And that's what you did tonight. You talked about the 1 million streams, and you came back again, you talked about this project and what you put here and what you did there. At a certain point, I was gonna say, okay. I wanna hear the cuts, you know? So keep doing that, because the packaging before it's open, people see that first.
Gotcha.
So it's important to put that package out there. And it's important to let other people know where you stand in that package. And I think you did that very effectively. You whet our appetite to hear the track before anything was even played or even came out of your mouth by way of listening to it. So that, hats off to that. The tracks, I'm gonna have to go with DJ Punch on that. I like them both. I gotta listen again to judge. And that's actually a good thing. Now, if one just stood out over the other, okay, this one's better. But this one, okay, maybe, you could do this or that. But I'll go with Punch, and also Lex's comment too. kind of combining them. The latter one, grabbed me, more so, but maybe not. I got to listen again. So that's actually a good thing you want to, think about when your product is like that, where it takes someone to, somewhat decide. So I'm gonna hand the baton off to Dwight Jones. He's with the Regime Squad DJs too. He's down in the ATL.
Thank you, Dizzy D.
Yeah, both tracks to me, I like both of them. I can't decide which one I like better. I thought you were grooving on both of them, man. Really, really. I dug both tracks. I would play both tracks. I would listen to both tracks, put them on my own personal list. Shout out to ECMD for having us. I appreciate y'all. You just don't know. You're in a good place, man. You're in a good place. I love the story. To walk away from football, to make it to college. Not many people make it to college ball. And you probably could have made it to the pros, and you decided to go with your music. And I think you made a good choice, man. I like the songs. I do. I genuinely like the songs. So that's all I got.
Okay, and we got one other associate there, another DJ that works with us, and he has his own show on WRDR, our main platform, and that's DJ MC Free. He's down in ATL as well. He has a show on Wednesday nights right after Dwight Jones. So go ahead, Free. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Or handle your audio. We don't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you. Okay. We'll have to come back. I'm sorry. You're unmuted, but we have no audio. Okay, we're sorry. Okay, Kermit, we're gonna have to come back around to you.
How about?
Okay, we have him now.
You hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm so glad to be on the call. Jay Copes, we have a connection. When you mentioned you being from Camden and going to Pennsauken High School, I worked in Pennsauken.
Oh, wow.
Worked at a company in Pennsauken right down the highway there. So when I heard you say you were from Camden, first I want to congratulate you on getting through school in Camden and going to school. I certainly did like both cuts. I liked them very well. When I hear new songs, I like to try to imagine where they would fit. With you being a young man and I sometimes playing to more of an older audience, I look for those songs that the young people make that the older groups will enjoy as well. I definitely can see the steppers, the ballroomers, the hand dancers, the DC boppers. I can see all of those people digging what you did with both of those songs, but particularly the first one. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on a copy and running it. And I just want to wish you well. You're doing a great job, man, and just keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, let's see where we're gonna go here. Okay, hey, let me get some of the I gotta go to this guy up in the corner because I want him to go ahead and put his little logo up there, so I ain't gotta be having these damn plaques blinding my damn eyeballs up here in Rhode Island with all this stuff up here, and he keep hiding my cash out, but I'm gonna get on him about that later. I'm gonna go to Adrian Big Nino Price up in Rhode Island. I'm gonna get an opinion from him. Then I'm gonna go up to Canada to David Guitar from DG Records. Then I'm gonna go back to Indianapolis and hit the Funky Skunk if he's still on here. And then we'll come back around and we're looking good on time tonight. Go ahead, Adrian Big Nino Price. What do you think about this young man? And you don't want to help me bring his winner to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame along with our group. People don't know that our group is what name? What's our group to perform, Big Nino?
Ready for the World.
Ready for the World. Nobody knew that. Yeah, Ready for the World was on my record label for about 10 seconds before I had to do some Suge Knight business, and then they got off. So, okay, I mean, I can't help myself. You know how that goes. They call me the Suge Knight of Cleveland, but I'm not proud of that. I'm really a nice guy. Just ask my activists. He'll tell you I'm a nice guy. Go ahead, Big Nino.
Jay Copes, peace, brother.
Peace, bro.
Yeah, man, I got to tell you, to start with a great interview, very well spoken young man. I was very impressed with that. As a matter of fact, to what Dizzy D was saying, I really found myself wanting to hear the music. So that was a great point that he made. And then when I got to the music, I was really impressed with your vocals, your voice, your vocals. You're really seasoned, man. You're ready. And it's clear that you've been very well brought along. You just got the goods. It's clear. We've seen this before, and we're going to be hearing from you in the future. There's no question about that. And so I went to your IG. I went and subscribed to your YouTube and started looking right at your visuals. And that's just not something I normally do, but you just grabbed my interest. So you pulled me in. As far as the songs, I really got to hear them again because your voice grabbed me and I was just listening to your runs and just all of that. So I was more drawn into that aspect of it. So to keep it 100, I just got to go back and listen to the songs, but you sound really good, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So yeah, so you definitely have our support, and yeah, definitely, man. Looking forward to hearing more from you.
Most definitely.
Speaking of that, and going to his YouTube, did our host get a chance to ask him about that real story I mentioned earlier about, when I'm saying this scene? Did you tell us about that real story yet?
No, I didn't. I actually.
Okay. Before I go to Canada, I need to hear this real story right quick.
Okay. So like I said, man, I was in that transition, the 4 or 5 years where, I kind of wasted, I wouldn't say wasted my time, but that was my learning years. Since then, it was a period of my time where the management that I had, we actually went separate ways. And during that time, I had 2 twins. I had a boy and a girl, Chase and Zoe. And my girlfriend was pregnant for about 6 months. And during that 6 months, I wound up, like, the job that I was working, I quit it. I started doing like landscaping and stuff like that on my own, just so I can free up more time to do my music and do things that I had to do. So with that being said, the 6 months that my girlfriend was pregnant and I was not at the studio, I just wasn't in the right space mentally for music. I booked 1 studio session, and in 2 hours, I made my song Signs. So that song Signs is a representation, of my twins coming, of my girlfriend holding me down, through the times and through the struggles where I was literally asking God, like, please, can you just send me a sign? Let me know if what I'm doing is right. And before you know it, I made the song. I put the song out. I meet Gilly. That song is the song, that blows up and brought me here today. So yes, that was a true story. I proposed to my fiance in that video. At the end of it, she did not know that it was going on. And it just wound up working out perfectly. So yeah, we're still engaged to today, and it's going great, man.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that story. So I guess if she would have said no, you wouldn't be on here right now, huh?
Yeah, man. She's crazy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up to Canada. I'm always getting the city wrong and the province and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna let David Guitar just tell us where he's from and all of that, so I don't have to say it wrong every time. Go ahead, David.
Thanks, Kermit. A big shout out to you and everyone on the ECMD team. I'm, of course, David Guitar, or DG from DG Records up here in Bathurst, New Brunswick, in Eastern Canada. It's nice to meet you on here, Jay. Everybody touched base on pretty much everything I would say. But 2 things really got me. One was your interview. Really impressive, an inspiration to those, especially just coming into the industry. And the second was how well written your songs are. I mean, I'd like to, I will have another listen to know more of what you're saying, especially the first song. And like Lex said, that's the one that gripped me right off, because I was listening to what you're saying in the song, and yeah, I was very impressed with that, and I think that one's going to be great on the radio, and you're going to draw in a lot of fans that way. I'm impressed with you, and you got a new fan here, brother.
Hey, thank you, DJ. Appreciate that, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let me go down to somebody that should know something about music. I don't know. I mean, who knows? He might not know anything. You know how people get, stuck on certain things. I'm gonna go down to Indianapolis, Indiana, to this guy that DJ Punch told me they call him the Funky Skunk. So I never want to meet him because I do not want a funky skunk in my room. Go ahead, Funky Skunk.
Shout out to Big Kermit. Hey man, happy belated birthday to you too, brother. By the way.
Thank you very much. September 11, 911 is my birthday. Y'all
yes, sir.
Better remember it next year, else you won't be on next year's Zoom call.
Shout out to the King, OG Kermit, and my partner in crime, DJ Punch, from out of the Circle City right here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Man, Jay Copes. I've been listening to signs all throughout this interview ever since, he's.
We don't hear you anymore, Paul. Where you at? Did Paul drop off?
Looks like it froze.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's like, he probably got a VPN like me. I'm glad you texted me to cut mine off. So, but hey, while we're waiting, Jay Copes, you buying, my name is Kermit, like they say. I just had a birthday, so you want to say a little happy birthday song or something so people can hear your voice live. Hey, yeah, because we got my guy Michael J. Calhoun on here like to get on people's back that have to use auto tune. So let's see if you can do something without auto tune and say happy birthday to me, if you don't mind.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Now, I haven't really sung, happy birthday in a long time.
I appreciate it, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. Speaking of that, man,
you're a singer, dude. That's a singer, dude, right there. When you ask somebody to sing, Kermit, and they sing right off the bat like that, they can sing.
I hear you, because I have other people like, okay, let me go get the lemons and the honey, and I get it. I appreciate that. I like that. Well, with that being said, I saw Mama Activist over there melting, so let me let her make her comment. I saw her melting with her, what you call them people, Mama Activist is? Oh, that's right, they call them cougars. Go ahead, Mama Activist.
Oh, watch yourself now. No, I think, I always enjoy the interview because, I know a person that can't sing, I know how they can make them sing. But, you really can sing. You got a nice, smooth voice. You have a nice attitude, and you have a set of twins, not two twins. You got a set of twins. And I seen that pretty boy and girl. Look like the boy's bigger than the girl, is he? Yeah. He must have laid on top of her and she didn't get much food.
The whole time.
I see them fine babies, and I think, and with your interview and with your sound and the music, everything's coming full circle. And you on ECMD, you in the right place. And Freddie Jackson, I believe, is a good mentor because he uses naturally what he has. I remember on an interview, the main thing he says that they asked him, "How do you keep your voice so good?" He says, "I don't go high, I don't go low, I go my range, and I do my range, and I stay there." And that's what you'll learn from him, how your voice will be timeless as well. But you got a good sound. Both your songs were good. I have to be honest, I heard the last half of the first one, but I heard all of the last one. And I would like to hear all of them many times, not just again, but many times. It's some good sound. Much success to you. Thank you, Kermit.
Thank you.
All right, I forgot to tell you, she's from Washington, D.C. So it's Mommy Activist. She also has a show every Sunday or most Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Anybody can follow me to find out about it. We also sponsor one of the shows once a month. We have one coming up this month with Jimmy Mack out of Indianapolis will be on one coming up soon. So, you know, check us out, stay in touch as far as that. Everybody on the call and everybody listening worldwide, Mommy Activists. Matter of fact, you can just hashtag to find a hashtag Mommy Activists, MOMMIE Activists, ACTIVIST. And Mommy Activists is our representative to the White House. At least she used to be before the current person kicked her out along with Omarosa. But and also the United Nations. So shout out to her for that. And she's also into prison reform, very heavy. And she's about, and what's the lady, Angela, that's on the call that works with women?
Angela.
And she works with women that's just, you know, recently released from prison. And also, we also have a young man, I'm surprised that I don't hear yet, Jimmy Mack, that has a organization called Single Mothers Rock. So I want to work with anybody that's doing positive things to, you know, help people out here. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, let me go to where did Will go to? Is Come Clean still? Oh, there you go. He holding his head down. I couldn't see him because his head was shining in my face, putting my eyes out. But let me go to Will at Come Clean Radio, one of our newest ECMD team members. He making big noise out the gate. He got a bunch of radio shows. He got a bunch of TV shows, and he the one that brought the legendary Jazz Ode to the ECMD family to promote. And this is Will from Come Clean Records, Come Clean Takeover Radio, Come Clean all kind of stuff. The Come Clean Empire.
Yes, sir. All right, salute, OG, and I appreciate everyone. Salute to everyone on the call. You know, by trade, actually, I'm actually a vocal instructor. You know, and when I heard your voice, you know, one thing I'm always listening for when I'm listening to a singer is I'm listening for air. I'm listening for air because a lot of people don't know that singers, if you're not breathing from the diaphragm, you're going to hear air because it's coming through the throat. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't hear that with you. You know, as far as even in the track, when I'm listening to a track, the studio can only hide so much in a voice. You see what I'm saying? So if a person knows what they're listening for, they can hear it, you know. But I just want to, you know, applaud you. You never had vocal training?
I've never had vocal training. When I finally got with, you know, my manager that manages Freddie, that is when I first started. And this was recently, I would say maybe 6 months ago. So I would say 6 months, I was going hard, but then COVID happened. Once COVID happened, I stopped. So I'm still waiting, you know, to get back into, you know, my training. But everything that I know up until this point has really just been me.
Yeah, you have a natural talent. You know, that's all natural ability that you have, man. And I want to applaud you on that, you know, you know, keep moving. To be honest with you, I feel that you have a story to tell with everything that you've done as far as, you know, we always see these documentaries and these stories of our young Black men, how they went to jail and the guy came out of poverty and the gang banging and this and that. And then they went into the music and then it got them out of all that. You know what I mean? But your story is a tad bit different where you went to school, you know, you had a scholarship. You had a positive life. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's important for us to project and support for you to put that out there more. Gotcha. You know, it ain't, you know, people think it's just so cool to just grow up and project that, yeah, I grew up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So what? Who cares? You know, That's that is become the norm. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Put something out there different through I say you do a documentary, bro, and put that out there, you know, because it's different, you know, and you came out singing, blah, 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 and now you're doing your thing, and I think you're going to be successful in what you do. You know, I can see it in your eyes, you know what I mean? I no homo, but I can see it in your eyes, you know, you're gonna be you're gonna be real successful, man. And I want to applaud that. I want to applaud that. You know what I mean? You know, so you know, I wish you, you know, huge success. Anything you need my way, I got you. You know, and you know, I'm gonna put the record in rotation when I get it. So, you know, I'm feeling it.
Hey, I appreciate that, big dog. Real talk.
Okay, well, before I go back to the Funky Skunk, I just want to make a comment. Since you mentioned about, you know, the normal for people being locked up, or shout out to DJ Butter Rock. And let me move on to let the Funky Skunk finish his comment, then I'm going to go down to Felicia if she hadn't dropped off here yet. Then I'm going to go over to Sincere Ray after that if she got, matter of fact, Sincere, if you don't want to say nothing, just tell me ahead of time before I call on you and you don't say nothing. But anyway, let me go.
I ain't the only one been locked up, bro. Come on now.
Okay, let me go back to the Funky Skunk. Funky Skunk, go ahead.
Young man, I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everybody. My MacBook Pro died, and I had to boot it back up. But listen, as I was commenting, I was listening to your song all throughout everybody's comments. I immediately went to your YouTube. I went to your Instagram. Man, you have an amazing 2 records there, and I'm loving the video, and what your story just really touched me. I mean, and I like the fact that Kermit let you do that first, and you have an amazing life, brother. The light is definitely on you. But you know what I really want to say? It's amazing to me that both of those songs, you held my interest and kept it taking it higher and higher with just your voice. No background vocals, no mulch, no all of that, you know, effects and, you know, I heard a little auto-tune, but I mean, you just rocked it by yourself. And I can see that live with a full band. I'm a musician. I've been a musician all my life. I'm 24/7, 365, just like you, for 47 years right now. Praise God. Praise God in your life also as well. But I was really tripping when you said I don't sleep, I take naps, because I say that all the time. I'll be 63 years old in about a week and a half, and that's how I live it. And brother, you grinding. You are grinding. You were grinding, boy, for real, and you got a multi-platinum product. Big ups to you, man. Real talk, real talk. You know, I would like to collab with you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Have you ever done any funk music?
I haven't, but I'm. Oh man,
we gotta mix these genres. I'm teaching this. I'm teaching this to kids. And you're
on Instagram, so y'all can talk individually.
I didn't already did. I'm telling you, I didn't hit you up. I'm a fan right now.
Okay.
I am.
Okay, let's move on so this call can keep going smooth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just want to say big shout out to you, brother, young brother. You're doing it, young king.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to Felicia, then I'm gonna go to Sincere Ray, then I'm gonna go up to Dungeon Master. Felicia, what do you think about what you heard? Felicia D864. Felicia D, congratulations on your #1 record on DRT.
Thank
your
you.
video. Go ahead.
Man, salute to you, man. Like, I was just shocked. Like, I wasn't expecting it, not saying that I'm doubting you or nothing, but you blew, it's a feeling, and that feeling went through me. Like, I'm quite sure everybody else on the Zoom call felt it too. But that's what I hear in music. Like, when I know it's a hit, then it's just the, you know, it's a hit just off top. It's undeniable. So everybody done said everything, you know, and it's great. I love the first song. The women are gonna love you. Like, we love you. I love you. You know what I'm saying?
I love you too.
Definitely a fan. But the women, I'm telling you off top, you got the women off top. Now you already got all these men on here too. So you winning. So all I want to say is just salute to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay grinding. Stay positive, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. Love it.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you.
Salute. You're welcome.
All right, well, let me go over to Chicago. She claims she's been in Chicago ever since the pandemic. I don't believe. I still think she be sneaking up in Minnesota, sneaking down there in Florida every now and then. But we got Sincere over here. Go ahead, Sincere.
Hey, what's up, Kermit? No, I have not been to Florida. It's a hot spot, and I'm not doing a quarantine. So I've been in Chicago since March. You know, shout out to the ECMD team. And Mr. Coates, I loved your music, everything, your interview. So I just kind of wanted to drop a gem on you. I saw just listening to the interview and then just listen to the last piece about you saying because of COVID, you stopped doing your vocal lessons. You know, that's no reason to stop your vocal lessons. You have the gem that I'm going to drop is going to be things along the road that's going to come in front of you, and you just have to make the adjustments. Don't ever stop what you're doing, because that's the thing that's going to challenge you all the way. Gotcha. So just I mean, make the adjustment. You can do the vocal lessons online.
Yeah, most definitely.
So don't never stop. The world is gonna, and I mean, this is coming from somebody like, and I'm into personal development. That's an important piece of your career. You know, even though you're developing your career, you have to be mentally you have to be there along with that process. So, you know, I was just listening to your interview, some of your past challenges, and you kind of fell off. Mm-hmm. You can't fall off. You just gotta adjust. You know, you can't fall off, because if you like you on your run right now, it's something like this going on right now, you got to keep going. It's going to be things that's going to come that's going to force you to adjust. And the thing is that when you start with one vehicle, you're not going to have the same vehicle through the whole journey. So once you understand that, like, whatever opportunity come to you, then that's the vehicle you take. And then when it's an adjustment, then just know you get ready to go into another vehicle.
To a new car.
You're going to the same destination, but don't let it pause you. It's not an issue. It's what's supposed to happen. It's going to help you grow as an individual and as an artist, and help you make the adjustments for your career. And as you go along, those things that happen, you'll be able to, as you get used to doing that, when things happen, you'll be able to constantly make adjustments, or put people around you to help you make the adjustments.
Okay.
All right. So that's the piece I have for you. You know, everything else you're doing good. Just remember that gem. Just remember that piece. When something changes, you just make the adjustment.
I said we got two mommies on the call now. We got mommy activist and mommy sincere right now. Okay.
Well, I am a parent now. I am a parent. My son is, I'm an empty nester. My son is 27.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm sure, so
I thought you was about 27. I guess that makes you about 54 then.
No, I'm not that old. I'm 44, actually. I'm 44.
Okay, let me go up to.
Look like that.
I think this guy that snuck down in Atlanta from New York, but I'm gonna go ahead to Dungeon Master. He hiding down there in Atlanta somewhere. When I'm in Atlanta, I want to see if Sean Swift want to speak up. I'm gonna come to DJ Butterrock last, because we got him coming on after this anyway. I'm gonna come to him last, but I'm gonna see if Sean Swift was gonna say anything, or Scratch G, or any of the other guys that haven't spoken yet. But let me go to the Dungeon Master. He don't know that much about R&B either. He know all about hip hop. He knows all about hip hop. But let me see what he know about R&B. Go ahead, Dungeon Master.
Yo, peace. How you doing, brother? You know what I'm saying? Definitely salute to the big dog Kermit, you know what I mean? Laying out this platform. Boy, first and foremost, you truly blessed to be coming out of Camden, because you know how it is out there, B. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Camden keeps it lit on a regular. I'm from Brooklyn, so I know what it is.
Yes.
Sir. And two, man, I got another thing that I also hear in your lyrics, that the pain that you went through, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's there, B. You know what I mean? And I like both songs. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of Death Radio will definitely push that. You know what I'm saying? So all I gotta say, everybody basically done said it for me. You know what I mean? So my thing is to you, man. You know what I mean? Stay hard in your craft. You know what I mean? Brand yourself. And just remember, G, you the one that got the leverage. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, bro. I appreciate
You know
that.
what I mean? Keep it litty, my G. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna meet one day and you know what I'm saying? Bang bang.
Most definitely.
Peace, Lord.
Peace. Appreciate that.
I know Jimmy Mack didn't hear anything, but I'm gonna play a little bit of it in a minute anyway. But for the guys that's on here that haven't spoke yet, they want to say anything. Sean Swift, did you want to say anything? And who else I saw? And Scratch, does Sean Swift or Scratch want to say anything right quick before I play a little bit of both of them songs again, because it was amazing music. And if not, then here goes Farewell. A little bit.
I don't wanna see you mad, just wanna see you up. For a while thought I had you back, but it wasn't enough. No, I used to take it as you play me, and I was blind to everything you were saying. You wanted something solid, a foundation, and I admit at first the temptation left a nigga scarred. And being in different places makes it so hard. The distance taught us patience. It's been a long time coming. Attitude is not what you wanted, and I commend you standing for something. Even when the pain is through, I'll be okay. I just wanna prove to you, just give me one day. Yeah, give me one day.
I had to force myself for not playing this whole song again. And then that was Jay Copes, Farewell. You can follow him on Instagram, everybody. Jay Copes, JAYCOPES _. Jay Copes _ JAYCOPES. That's to everybody on the call. That's to people on Facebook Live, people listening around the world. And guess what? It's even people that's gonna see this on, that's gonna see this video on YouTube tomorrow, or Facebook Live, or it's gonna be on the East Cleveland Facebook, ECMD Music Facebook page anyway. But here's other song called Signs.
Answer, yeah, I called and you ain't answer. Answer. God sent me a sign from the stars above. Had to decide if you was the one. Put your feelings aside, we can keep this low. Feeling your vibe on the regular. What you doing, what you up to? Wanna feel your vibe and let you know I trust you. You ain't Beyonce, was on the run too. I had to show and prove to you I'm a good dude. All of that designer, then I put you when you loved it. Studying on your friends every time you out in public. Used to say you love me, guess you really got lucky. Next time I'm in your presence, we could talk, but you don't touch me. Yeah, it's hard for me to love, yeah, when you're young and coming up, yeah. Care about who you give your trust, cause it's hard to find love. Your last two halves stop and put them before you. Me, you never had to question, I'm forever loyal. All them trips to the salon and the more you spoil. Girl, I really adore you, yeah, you really important. Glad your ex messed up. Was it trash, you my treasure? Walked away and now you glowed up. Girl, I know that you strong, that's you be on. Said you never need no niggas, said he calling my phone. Can't lie when she go and put me.
I got so into that song, I almost played the whole thing without even thinking about it. That's how good this stuff is. I was like, listen to it like I forgot I was on the Zoom call. I'm just into the song. That's weird, man. I don't recall that ever happening. But I did, you know, there was a song we had that kind of affected me though, when all the stuff was going on earlier, when with that song Solomon had, I Can't Breathe. Man, that hit me so hard, man. I ain't never had a song hit me that hard. But it was the timing of the song. And speaking of timing, you know, this call is about education. People have to understand in the music business and entertainment business, everything is about timing. You know, timing your song for release, timing to do this, timing to do that. So just keep that stuff in mind. Do any of the guys, other guys, Sean Swift, anybody want to say anything? If not, I want to see if Jimmy Mack has a comment about the music he just heard. Mr. Jimmy Mack, I know you a rap connoisseur, but do you have any comment about this music, positive or negative, sir?
I mess with the R&B too, though. You know what I mean? I liked it. Like, it was real clean, and you got. When I first came on, because I was handling some other business, but when I first got in this call, I hadn't heard your music, but I was listening to the praises that everybody was giving you, and it was a different type of energy than what I'm used to hearing on these calls, and I was wondering where it was coming from, like what was that about? But after listening to your music, I see, why it was like that, and it seemed like you got a bright future ahead of you, bro. And so I wish you the best, and I'd like to see it happen for you.
Yeah, and Jimmy is Jimmy wasn't always a good guy. He's a good guy these days. He wasn't always a good guy. He's a good guy these days. He has an organization that the ECMT team is definitely going to support. It's called Single Mothers Rock. And it's, Jimmy has dug in his own pockets deep to try to take care of the single moms that have needs in the Indianapolis, Indiana area. And he's trying to reach out to other areas too. So we definitely need to get behind him and what he's doing. And also Angela, my activist friend Angela, that works with the women that's recently released from prison. I mean, we got to reach back and give back to people instead of just being so selfish, like DJ Butterrock making $350,000 on this conference call on his conference and didn't even give a dime to nobody. But I'm not going to talk about it that much on the call.
Kermit, what are you doing, brother? You got issue with me or something, brother? I mean, come on, brother.
Okay, Butterrock. My activist nephew and Felicia's cousin, and my nephew too. But anyway, yeah. So man, this is amazing music. We definitely appreciate you coming on. I don't know if anybody else had a quick comment before we let we move on. Okay, go ahead.
Yo, what up, man? This is Cool TLC from the world famous Meltdown Show. Jay, I'm gonna tell you this. I had to sit back and really listen to your joints. Your joints is definitely hot, and it put me in the mind frame of a brother that wasn't around very long with us, and he had a promising career. Not saying that you living your life. Your story is way good, way better than half of the people I know. But you reminded me, and I just kept listening and listening. Not the way you sing, and just the inspiration that you gave remind me of Chris Bender. And he wasn't around long, but his music had an impact at the time that it was played. And your story is great. I know your videos is great. And I want to salute you, bro, because in your era and what this time needs right now, you bring a sense of love and unity back. And it's not a lot of love in the world. So, why would it be love songs if it ain't a lot of love in the world? That's what I always say. But I see it's a light bright when you shined it through. And I salute you 10 times and stand 10 toes up, you know what I'm saying, for your song, man. Everybody said the same thing, man. You gonna do great things. I ain't even gotta worry about it, bruh. God got you. And he put you here for a reason, and it's a light in that reason. So I don't have to worry about what you gonna do. My blessings is with you, bruh. Keep doing what you do and stay honest on your appeal of what you need and what people need to do for you. So that's my thing, man. Just keep it real, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Okay, DJ Butterrock, do you have a comment on this music?
Yeah, it's dope. Hey man, I'm from Jersey City, man. So shoot out to Camden, 609, man. Man,
Yes,
you might know my cousin, man. You've been pushing your music real hard in Camden?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you might know my cousin Big Lou. You know who Big Lou is?
Big Lou. I definitely heard of Big Lou. I'm not gonna lie, I heard of him.
Yeah, Big Lou is like on a hip hop tip. He's K Slade did his mixtape. So
got you.
When you get a chance, both of your songs is fire, man. Coming from Camden, I know about Camden. I used to be out there with my cousin Big Lou, so I know how it is out there. So Yeah, you on the positive. You still in Camden now?
Still in Camden now, man. Grinding for sure.
It depends on where you at in Camden. You know, if you on the Philly side, you on the Philly side, or you on the other? What side you on?
We downtown. We literally right a couple blocks down from Cooper Hospital. So
I know where you at. I know where you at. Hey, family, you got nothing but support for me, man. DJ Butter Rock. When you get a chance, when you get off here, look up Big Lou. He's in Camden with you. Hey, he's popping.
All right, I'm gonna check him out right now.
Thank you, brother.
No
All
problem.
right. I want to thank Jay Coates for jumping on tonight. And I'm gonna invite you back because we're gonna have to hear some more of this music. We're gonna have you back on here sometime soon.
OG Kermit, man, I got a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna have you back. Might have you back on our next call. This was just, I just want to see if you can keep on bringing here. So put you on every call till you get a dud. And say, oh, okay, well, I didn't like that one, so yeah, we won't have you on no more. Keep you coming on here. And you're welcome to stay on and check out DJ Butter Rock. He has some amazing music. He has this one song that we're not going to play tonight that's called I Wanna, but the last part of it has an F word in it. So, tonight we're trying to keep it more on the positive note and everything. And he has another song called Okay. You got two versions, but unfortunately, both versions have a certain amount of emphasis in them. So thanks again, Jay, and shout out to everybody. And I think I'm supposed to mention the cities today too. Let me see. I know that when people text me, the text goes so far down. Let me see if okay, here we go. And the cities that have tuned in, I mean, it may be updated now, but the cities that we mentioned the countries, and I mentioned the cities: Indian Trail, North Carolina, Atlanta, Charlotte, Cleveland, Chicago, Pittsburgh, New York City, Houston, Memphis, Detroit, Baltimore, Maryland, Youngstown, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Tampa, Florida, and Kenosha. Okay, that's some of the U.S. cities that tune in tonight. I'm sure, others, they jump on and jump off. You know how y'all do. Y'all won't sit still. Plus, we got two big NBA games going on tonight. We're lucky to have anybody on here. Sometimes, boy, I remember you could hear a mouse pissing on cotton sometimes when people have these big games and stuff going on. So maybe we shouldn't have nothing during the finals, huh? I guess so. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to the ECMD team for a minute too. We have 14 team members that received, that will be receiving Warren G, #1 plaque. She was #1 for 5 straight weeks. Warren G was #1 for 5 straight weeks on Digital Radio Tracker. And our team members that will be receiving plaques, I'm not one of them, so I'm a little bit mad, but I do have one for the entire team. That's award-winning ECMD Entertainment Experience, got a plaque. The legendary Smooth B, you saw him earlier with his, his video that he has where he shouts out to us. Also want to, pray for him and his family. The legendary Smooth B, you probably heard it now. If you follow him on Instagram, he has mentioned that his wife passed away. And that's why you don't, see him or his manager, Big I God, on here. Because his wife, which is even if it was just his wife, Big I guy would be definitely next to his brother. They've been friends since they was 9 years old, and Smooth B's wife happens to be Big I God's sister. So both of them are not on here, but shout out to legendary Smooth B. He's part of the ECMD radio team. He's getting a Warren G plaque. Big I God is getting a Warren G plaque. Big I God's wife, Sandra's getting a Warren G plaque. Adrian Big Nino Price, so it's ridiculous that he's getting a plaque. He don't even have room to put the damn thing. He's getting one. His homie Tyrone Holmes from Blue Box Entertainment in New York City. And the RegimeSquadDJs as a whole are getting one. Of course, you heard the guy that sounded like he's gonna take over the call as long as he talks. And that's Chill of Come Clean Empire is getting a Warren G plaque. And of course you would have to have the guys that think that they're real record breakers out here. The Lex Luger from SSC Marketing Group, and of course DJ Punch that gets 4 boxes in one day. Of course he getting the 5th box. DJ Punch Mixaholic DJs. And last but not least, the guy that knows the least about American music, and that would be my co-host, Brian Essence Collins. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Dizzy D, snuck up on that list too. Some kind of way. I don't know how he got on there, but he's a little sneaky guy sometimes. But That being said, like I said, congratulations to the team. We did a wonderful job on that Warren G, and hopefully more things to come. Like this week, we concentrating heavy on Jazzo record, and we also concentrating on M City JR. And I just thought about something. You know, since we're running decent on time, and you know, we got those, and Smooth B has a remix that we're concentrating on this week. We're just starting it, and we have another young man that just popped on my radar that has a song. Let's see if it's in here. Hold on. Okay, yeah, here you go. Let's check this out just for a second before we get to Butter Rock. Give me a minute here.
You want to reach the point in life where a conversation become meaningless unless it's the money talk. You become deaf until the band calling. Hence, you're gonna have the money walk. That's OG talk.
Yeah, I got shooters on the payroll like a Pablo. Shit. I say when I'm on the bean, I ain't tryna talk. If you tryna conversate, let that money talk. I got killers on the team, they ain't tryna talk. Got the racks inside my jeans, that's that money walk. That money walk, ayy, money walk. To the bank on it, I don't care what you think about it, that's that money walk, money walk. I got stacks of the bread, right, I put the racks on your head, that's that money walk. Look, I can't say too much because it peel bite. But if we talking money, I get really excited. I got shooters on the payroll like I'm Pablo. Oh, they might find out where you stay and gon' let it go. I'm just tryna count this money till my thumb hurt. Anybody move it, we gon' turn this to Dunkirk. They say money change things, I ain't scared of change. Went from walking in the rain to walking in the bank. Hey, I got old money, I got new money. Got that walk inside the club, let me do money. Remember back when I ain't have it, I wasn't poppin'. I'm sticking to that same story, I ain't got it. I'm tryna stuff like 50 bands inside these robbers. Gotta move the clock first, got a beam in the silence. I make my money with no team and in silence. I'm money walking in these streets, I said when I'm on the bean, I ain't tryna talk. If you tryna conversate, let that money talk. I got killers on the team, they ain't tryna talk. Got the racks inside my jeans, that's that money walk. That money walk, ayy, money walk. To the bank on it, I don't care what you think about it, that's that money walk, money walk. I got stacks of the bread, yeah. I say when I'm on that money, I be going dumb. Don't give a fuck about what you think, cause people going come. Let my money walk on the and I know it's done. Since a youngin', I've been by stacking paper, blowing guns. R.I.P. Molly, why they had to take a real nigga. Many nights I cry, cause it's so many should be still with us. I give up everything I own just for my living. Private location, conversating about how to deal with it. Me and Judas leak up his murder, that's just how we come. You on the bean, I'm on that Miley, so we having fun. Feel like the Navy say I'm crazy, I'm my daddy's son. I make a call and you can roll out to the saddest song. I say when I'm on the bean, I ain't tryna talk. If you tryna conversate, let that money talk. I got killers on the team, they ain't tryna talk. Got the racks inside my jeans, that's that money walk. That money walk, ayy, money walk. To the bank on it, I don't care what you think about it, that's that money walk, money walk. I got stacks of the bread, right, I put the racks on your head, that's that money walk, money walk, money walk, money walk, money walk.
Backwood ambassador. Let the money talk. You ain't gotta say much.
All right. I don't even know what to say. But let me just do this though. Like I'm already mad because he got all them plaques behind him already trying to catch up with me so damn fast. And you know, before we get to Butter Rock right quick, let me just say this.
Yo, hey, Kermit.
Yeah. You muted.
Kermit, I gotta go to the studio, fam. Come on, bro. Just send me my bread back, homie. I'm out of here, bro. I'm out.
Okay, I'll do that. All right.
Send me my money back, bro. Send me my money back.
Talk to you later. Good night. Okay.
Fuck off my line, dumbass.
Okay. Lex, why don't you tell us a little bit about what this song is about?
Basically, that's a song that I co-produced and
working on a new project, and basically it's the money walk. You know what I'm saying? Basically talking about, having money, walking different, talking different, and changing your situation. Let the money talk.
Okay, well, since our interview person left, let's go ahead and just tell us a little bit about what's going on with this record. Also, to people on the call to know that this is now a ECMD priority record that we're going to be playing, and everybody going to be adding to their playlist on Spotify and all of that, and we're going to be playing on digital radio, and the people that got FM stations, tell them the title of the song, and the artist name and the title, and a little bit about what's going on with the song, and everybody that's in the family that's report to digital radio track and other places around, other tracking places around, we'll be getting this record tonight, and we'll be moving forward as an ECMD priority record. But Lex, go ahead and tell us a little bit about who's on the record, how did you come up with that, why are you doing a record? I mean, with all the other successful things you're doing, and how did you guys come together, the guys that's on here, who they are and who you are, and that your fact that you shortened your name for the record. Tell us a little bit about all that good stuff.
All right. Well, the first thing is that the project come about. I actually been working on the project for about a year with just different people, just coming up with different ideas, and that's been part of my whole Hood Idol tour movement. Find the right people to put on the record. The two artists on this record is Juju, which is the first artist that signed to my label. We changed his name to Juice. And the other artist is Junior Boy, which you see, that's one of the plaques on the wall too. We pushed it. He got a song out called Ant that we pushing. And I got both of them on this record and chose to release it now because I got a whole project that I'm doing. And I wanted them to be the lead out because them the artists who I've been working with the longest. And that's, and that's really part of the team. I shortened the name up because Luga is actually what people call me. And that's what I was known as. And I don't want people to get me confused with anybody else because it's a lot of people named Lex Luga. And then there's another guy, of course, that you would know that's a producer as well. So that's why it's Luga. So hopefully they don't get that mixed up. That's why I always go by the Backwood Ambassador to separate the two. Because I actually, that's my actual name that people call me from the streets for a long time. And but the project is called OG Talk. And basically I've released a record first that's gonna be similar to everybody else kind of records to fit rotation. But the project I'm doing is something totally different than the norm, which I don't want to give away that part of it because still nobody has done what I'm doing yet. And I had released a song that's gonna be like the rest of the album, but that kind of sums it up. We recorded a 16-bar studio here in Jackson. I got with another producer. I sent him another track, and he sent me some back. And his name is D Ford, and he sent me that back. And I got with KJ at 16 bars, and we messed with the track a little bit. Came up with it. Juju came up with the most of the song, and then I sent it to Junior Boy. He sent his back, and I went to the studio and played with it, put it together, and there you go right there.
Tell us a little bit about your history with Juju, if you hadn't said it yet, because I'm multitasking. And if you hadn't said it yet, your history with him and how you came across him and how you came across Junior Boy and how you got to where you at today with that whole routine.
Yeah, well, with Juju, Juju won 3 of my Hood Idols back to back to back. And, and I ended up just talking to him, and we ended up doing a deal. Right after we did the deal, though, that's when I got in a legal situation, and I was, fighting the feds for about 2 years. And he stayed loyal, and so when I came home, we worked on his project. But in 2016, I had took like real ill. I was down for about 9 months, and I just learned some different things then, and decided to go to the other side of the music business.
which is being on the radio and the TV, and I got the opportunity to be on FM radio, and you know, we traveled a lot and met a lot of people, so I knew a lot of people in different positions. And while being on the radio, I met a lot of different artists, and I was a part of a music conference, which is one of those places that's up here, K's music conference, Kaiser K is what it's called. And I met another PR person, and she introduced me to Junior Boy, manager, well, really his music. And so I had started pushing their music and playing their records, and they ended up reaching out to me. And we formed a relationship from there. And that's been about, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I can't remember when, but probably about 2018. And so now, you know, this was kind of the return from helping them get into the position they're in.
How are you going to try to balance everything you're doing? I mean, like, okay, you got the Hood Hour tour, you got, you have different businesses, you got record stores, you got, all this stuff going on. You got the studio, you're a radio personality, just all this stuff you do. You do T-shirts, you press up CDs, you do this, you do that. How you going to balance this? Or are you going to be able to go on tour, or let's say if the pandemic wasn't here, what would you be doing?
Well, the first thing is that it's not just me. I mean, I do have a team. My oldest is 18. She does a lot, and I do have a family structure along with having a team. So that's because it appears that I do everything. It's not just me. I'm kind of the face of everything. But also, though, I've been blessed to be in a position that most of the stuff I do come easy. And I have a certain structure set up for everything. So I really don't do anything that's hard to me. And everything I do is, majority of it is stuff I love doing. When it comes to the business aspect, as I say, I got other people in place, and most of the things is just pointing people in the right direction. So, I'm balancing things out the way I can, and really, COVID is what kind of pushed me to do so much at one time. It's like, I decided to stop just waiting and pausing on everything and just go ahead and do it. And, steady building a team of people who I can rely on to help with certain things. So, how I'm gonna be able to do it is because I got a team in place, and I don't do nothing that's really hard. It's only a couple of things I do that's maybe hard, but I don't do anything else neither though. So, like my guy say, he take naps. I don't know. I do go to sleep, but I wake up and I work until I get tired and fall asleep every day. So, it's all a part of living to me.
I hear that. Anybody have a comment on the song or have a question for Lex? Is everybody stunned like they were with J. Cope's music?
Hey, let me jump in here. Salute to the Backwoods Ambassador, Lex Booger, man. I love everything about the record. I was feeling that record, bro. Definitely send that over. We're gonna get that on the new station, on a couple of these stations. And I wanna get some drops too for that record right there. Me and some other DJs that's texting me about that record right now. Let's go. It's another. That's another one.
Bet, man. Salute, man. And whatever drops anybody need from anybody on my team, man, just send me the drop scripts. I get them done ASAP and send them back to you, man. And hey, I see you working too, homie. I'm definitely coming that way soon, brother.
Yeah, I'll probably be back in Jackson before you know it too. I ain't doing shit. I'll show up.
All right, yeah, they got us kind of shut down right now though. So
hey, as long as Stamps is open, if Stamps is open, I'm coming. If Stamps open,
yeah,
there you go.
Okay, I see that Big Nino is patiently waiting to say something. Go ahead, Big Nino.
Yeah, I love it, man. You know I rock with Juju anyway. But yeah, he killed it. Yeah, that was sight. I like that.
All right. Yeah,
definitely.
we working.
Yeah,
so it's a good
definitely working.
So it's a good thing he had Juju on there because you might not have liked it, huh?
No,
Yeah.
it was a good record. It had a real good energy. It was yeah, it was tight. It was
Okay.
tight.
Anybody else have any comments about the song or want to ask Lex a question? Since Mama Active's nephew left the call.
Yeah, hey Lex, this is Cool TLC from the Meltdown Show.
Hey, what's up, man?
What up, dog? You know, the one thing I like about music now, I'm gonna tell you what I like about music. It's the excitement in the music. The lyrics is gonna be what they're gonna be. And if they do their lyrics tight enough, the music is gonna accent that. And I like what you did with the stop, pause, breaks in the background. You know, how you mixed it up. That's what made the song. To me, the song was already exciting. What they say in Money Walk, it is what it is. But when you put that beat behind it, the way you did that music, that's what drove it. And you know, that made it hot to me. Because I want something that's gonna take you, when you listen to a song nowadays, I want to be taken on a musical journey, because don't nobody do, you know, half steps or breaks no more. It's just a beat all the way through, and that's it. But you added some excitement to it, and then what they were saying added to what you was doing. So yeah, that's definitely a banger, man. And I definitely want to play that on my joint. So we got to link up, do whatever we need to do to make it happen. I ain't no need to talk about that because we know it's going to happen. But yeah, I salute you on that, bro. Keep doing what you do, homie.
Appreciate that, man. And I gotta say, yeah, I gotta give a shout out though, man, because what he said, that's exactly what I'm working with my guy KJ on, and it's like me and him is kind of doing this project really kind of together, and so you know, I just gotta say I appreciate you hearing what we did, because that is something that we sit and play with the lyrics after we got the beat done. So appreciate you even hearing that.
Oh yeah, I listened to it thoroughly on that, bro, and that's what makes me excited about a cut. When I hear it come on and I hear the breaks and the little pauses they doing and the words they reverse and how they do, that makes me excited about the cut. So you did the right thing, bro.
Okay, we're going off the air on the radio in 2 minutes. So before we do that, I just want to definitely shout out to all of the countries that listen into this call every other Tuesday. We really appreciate you guys, and our listenership is growing all the time. As some of you notice, we are trying to cut down on the Zoom thing because, you know, we had some serious Zoom bombing on our second Zoom call. So ever since then, we basically just want a limited number of people actually on the Zoom. Of course, everybody's welcome to go to Facebook Live if it's available. And if that's not available, you can still hear it. You ain't got to look at us all the time. You can still hear it on WRDRradio.com or in the app. But here's the countries I want to salute. Of course, the United States. Of course, salute to David and all of his Canada people that he done brought to us, making Canada the second largest listenership on our list tonight. And of course, Japan. You know, I don't know why we pop on Japan, but Japan been on the list almost every time. But anyway, United States, Canada, Japan, the Philippines, to all my ladies over there, Germany, France, Thailand, Russia, India, Spain, Australia, Italy, United Arab Emirates, Greece, Panama, United Kingdom, Brazil, Netherlands, New Zealand, Jamaica, Martinique, Dominican Republic, Hong Kong, Portugal, Singapore, South Africa, Albania, and more. I'll probably find out next week, and hopefully Essence is going to call home to Honduras and tell them they better do something, at least to listen to it on the radio or something. I know, you know, I know it's not a rich country or nothing, so I understand, you know, as far as having the technology or whatever for some, you know, a lot of the poor people not being able to reach us, but he better get somebody to get on, the president of the country or somebody better get on here and do something so I can say that name. Okay. So yeah, so back to comments. Like I said, we're gonna be off the radio in any second, so we're good. Anybody else want to say something right quick? And then we'll finish a few minutes on Zoom till y'all finish your comments.
I want to highlight. I really that joint, man, and I was just in Dallas. I think it was a few months ago, probably, or something. Last year or something. And I got to hook up with Juju. We went to the studio or whatever. And then, you know, I got a nice little banger with Juju too, man. You know what I mean? I like that boy. I like how he get in, you know what I mean? And I wish y'all the best with that thing, Phil.
I appreciate it. That's what's up.
And you already know too, man. I'm jamming it. I love you too, home. Like that was stuck in my head for about a week too, man. I was like, man, I gotta get that out of my head. But bro, you got one with too, man.
Thank you, brother.
Jimmy Mack just made ECMD Experience history. He's the first person on Zoom from their bed.
Listen,
Just
man,
made history.
Listen, man, I got multiple businesses I be running, and I barely get sleep. So when I got home, I had to get in this bed. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, I got to get more hours.
Yeah, man, I want to send a salute to Lex, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm really feeling, you know, everything that you're doing, man. And I want to also send a shout out and good to see you again, the Dungeon Master. You know, we was eating good this past weekend at Papa Do's. You know, he was chowing down. You know, but we was down there in the A, you know, having a good time. But yeah, man, you know, it's always a pleasure, man, hearing some good music. Like my man said, them breaks, all of that, man. Like, I like to hear good music, musicians. You know what I mean? Musicians. So yeah, man, I just wanted to say that real quick, man.
I
I'll
appreciate
go ahead
it,
and
man.
shut the hell up.
Appreciate that, man. Salute too, man. Shout out.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Lex, this is dope, man. I like the record a lot. I got your back, man. Just let me know, send it over or whatever you need, man. I got you.
I bet, man. Appreciate that, bro. You know I'm gonna need you, man.
Let's make it happen.
Definitely. All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Felicia.
Well, I'm definitely
I
here
was
for you,
feeling that
dog. So
record.
let me know.
I was
Let me
bopping the
know.
whole way through.
Go ahead, Felicia.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, good for you, Lex. I'm in there too. That's good stuff, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, Freedom or Death Radio need that. Run that, son. Run that, son.
All right. I bet.
No, that's nice, Lex. You know, everything you do is people don't realize that you multitask on what you do. You know, you can do a little bit of everything, and your marketing skills also make sure it helps to lift it where it needs to go. But it's a good sound, good lyrics, something catchy that can go a lot of places.
All right, thank you.
Definitely dug the song, Lex. It was hot, and definitely gonna spin it on WRDR. I'm sure I'll spin it on my show. I loved it. A lot of energy. Dug it.
I bet. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I definitely appreciate all y'all, man, for real.
Yeah, Lex Luger, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lex, I wanna echo everyone's comments. I also want to welcome you to the WRDR lineup. And with that, I know with you being a part of the family for sure on Monday nights, that we're going to get an opportunity to hear a whole lot more, you know, of your work. I really enjoyed the song as well. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it and spinning it into my rotation, both, you know, on my radio show on Wednesday nights and when I'm out and about. You know, I'm all about helping people help people. And I'm all about helping my brothers to move forward in everything that they do. So we're looking forward to hearing more from you, brother. Salute.
All right, man. Thank you. Yeah, but that's the other thing too, man. I'm glad you mentioned it too, because Kermit caught me off guard with this. I wasn't expecting this tonight, but I appreciate WRDR, the whole team, man, especially Dizzy D, man, putting my trafficking hour on the show, playing now every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. WRDR Radio, man. Y'all really doing y'all thing. So salute to the whole team over there at WRDR. And hey, man, I look forward to making some moves with you guys, man. Thanks for having me.
All right. I guess that almost concludes our call for tonight. Thanks, Lex, for blessing us with this new music. I surprised everybody with. Did Jay get a chance to make a comment about what he thought what he heard? Did you want to comment on Lex song? Did you hear it?
Yeah. I got to hear the song, Lex. I think it's a really good song. Definitely trendy, definitely catchy. I can't wait to tap into some vibes like that on my own. But yeah, definitely big up on the song, man. I like it a lot.
Hey, well now, I'm digging your voice now. So now I'm working on a whole project. So it ain't like that. I ain't got room for everybody because I'm basically just kind of putting the plays together, and just pushing it. So hey, I'm pretty sure I'll come up with something for you now. Just let me know what we need to make it happen now for real.
Say no more. Let's see what we could work. I got you on the gram. I think I just DM'd you. So yeah, let's see what we can do, man.
All right. With that positive note, I'm going to end this call, and I want to thank everybody. Let me go over here and do what I think you need to do, and that's save the chat so I can have that in here. Okay, save chat. I click that. And senior citizen getting better at this. And now we're just going to end the call. Good night, Zoom. Good night, Facebook Live. Good night, WRDR radio.com. Good night around the world. Good night around the United States. This has been a great call, and definitely want to once again thank Jay Copes and Vondra Renee and Cool TLC and everybody else for jumping on here tonight and making this a wonderful call. And see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.
Much love, y'all.